LakeTV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Lake Regional Health System, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, Advantage Marine, YC Power Sports, JJ Twigs.
Welcome to Burger Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our four-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
It's time for the Burger Smokehouse pregame show. Burger Smokehouse, simple tradition since 1952. And now your hosts, William Holtz and Chase Elliott.
Back here on the Burger Smokehouse pregame show, just about 16 minutes away from kickoff in Fulton. Osage ready to duke it out in week one. And let's talk about the Fulton Hornets first. Very good year last year. Chase, what do you like about the Hornets?
Oh man, there's a lot to like about them. They finished 9-3 last year, which isn't bad, and they have 21 returning lettermen in four defensive starters, and so.
Yeah, you have 21 lettermen, and you have 4 starters coming back on defense and offense as well. And what that means is you graduate 7 starters on both sides of the ball. So Coach Kelly, head coach of the Hornets, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Nice thing is they return a quarterback that was an all-conference selection. We'll talk about him later as our spotlight player. But when you talk about the Hornets of Fulton, one thing comes to mind, and that's their head coach, Pat Kelly. Been there. This is his 20th year at the helm. He's been there 22 years overall, his 20th as head coach. So this is his 20th opening night. And I was talking to him earlier, Chase, and he said, you never know what to expect week one. One thing I like is the way the kids played this week. They were very, very focused, and they were ready to go, it seemed like, which is rare this early in the year. And I'll tell you, for a guy who's been there 20 years, you're going to have some accolades, and Pat Kelly does. Six district championships since he's been the head coach. And besides that, Fulton has a lot of things that are question marks, to say the least, as most teams do at this level in the season. One player we really want to mention, now he's not our spotlight player of the game, on the other side of the ball, the Osage Indians, Dylan Brown. His season was plagued last year for injuries. He only played about a third of the year, and in that, he still found a way to find the end zone 9 times in 3 games. Absolutely a weapon on offense and defense and special teams. If he touches the ball, look for him to score, because that kid is that kind of energetic. Now, as far as Osage, they come in under the direction of third-year head coach Devin Johnson, and boy, did he have some serious success in his first year under the helm. Team went 10-2, went all the way to the state semifinals before being knocked off. Quarterfinals, lost for a spot in the state semifinals. The Monette Cubs knocked them off in a barn burner. And Devin graduated a lot of the kids after that 2014 campaign, and a little bit back to reality for Coach Johnson and his Indians a year ago, as they struggled for the most of the season. They ended up finishing 5-6, and they won first round of districts before losing in the second round of districts. And talking with Coach Johnson this week, and the kids, they're excited because they had a lot of young kids step into big roles last year, and they're going to bring that experience back this year, ready to go. What's one thing that sticks out to you about Osage, Chase?
Man, Osage, it's a great team. I know coming from Camdenton, we really look up to the Osage Indians, and it's absolutely they're just a great team. We enjoy playing them. I enjoy watching them, and I know their head coach is just incredible. He really knows how to work the players, really knows how to just to work the team, does a great job. So.
And you say he knows how to, work the players and work the team. One thing that's always kind of stuck out to me about Coach Devin Johnson is here at the high school level, you spend time around practices, you spend time around the games, and what you see is a head coach who is talking to boys, and you can tell by the way he talks to them. That's not the case with Coach Johnson. He talks to these kids like they're men.
Oh, for sure.
And that speaks volumes as far as the way they respect him,
Definitely.
what they're willing to do for him on the field, and also it speaks volumes for the camaraderie the whole team has. This is your Burgers Smokehouse pregame show. We are just about 13 minutes away from kickoff. Don't go anywhere because we'll have our Spotlight Players of the Game brought to you by Hy-Vee after this.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
Wonderful, the pride of Osage Marching Band with the national anthem, just beautifully played. Always love hearing that, and you wouldn't want to have a sporting event at any level without getting to hear your national anthem first. We were talking about the Indians, Chase, before we went to break, and their leader, Devin Johnson, in his third year, really expectations high here around Osage. They say it's normally a coach's program by his third or fourth year, and you can really start to get a feel for what he needs from his players, and it's his program at that point in time. And I was talking with Coach Johnson, and he said, we do get to implement some things with this year's team that we haven't got to, because it's a very unique team. They're not real big, but they're very quick, very athletic, and very football savvy, which is always an advantage. And luckily for LakeTV and our viewers, LakeTV's Deb Wolf had an opportunity to catch up with Coach Johnson just a little bit ago. So technical difficulties, no interview with Coach Johnson, but he talked about how pumped up the team is, and they are ready to go. And as you see the Indians run onto the field, what a team they have this year, and they are led by their fearless leader, Austin Magnuson. Now, speaking of Austin Magnuson, we'll talk about him in a second, but we have a couple Hy-Vee Spotlight Players of the Game. And when you start with Fulton, you got to talk about their senior quarterback, Devin Masick. What an athlete this kid is, Chase.
Well, he's got 22 touchdown passes and 8 interceptions with 2,036 yards, which is incredible, absolutely amazing. He has 93 carries and 11 touchdowns rushes with 563 yards.
Yeah, that was a stats from a year ago. As you see, just filled it up as a junior. 33 total touchdowns, and what you like about 22 scores through the air, only 8 interceptions, and that's very impressive. And I'll tell you what, he only fumbled the ball a couple times as well last year, and so he knows how to take care of it. He was an all-district and an all-conference selection a year ago, and he's not going to have his mate in the backfield, Travis Dean, who set school records for rushing yards and touchdowns for this Hornet team a year ago. He's, of course, graduated So Masick is going to be relied on very, very heavily. Now on the other side, you always think offense when you think high school football, but when you talk about Osage's Spotlight Player of the Game, brought to you by Hy-Vee, you got to talk about a junior linebacker by the name of Austin Magnuson. As a sophomore, this little redhead guy who is just little bitty, he filled up the stat sheet. 141 tackles, 8 of those for a loss. He had a couple of sacks. He was also an all-district and all-conference selection a year ago, and Coach Johnson says he is not only talented stat-wise because he fills it up. He's like, but he's one of our leaders. He always shows up on time. He always is talking to his team, and no one plays harder, whether it's in between the whistle, after the whistle, in the locker room, in the classroom. This kid is an all-around athlete and student athlete, if you will, and that's what Coach Johnson loves about him, and you're going to really look for him to anchor a defense that was very, very talented last year, but they were vulnerable through the air for the deep pass. And when you talk about Devin Masick throwing for over 2,000 yards, and what I tell people, Chase, when you talk about where does 2,000 yards at the high school level compare to college or NFL, that would be like eclipsing 4,000 yards. Number one, you have less time, and number two, it's a completely different style of play, and you don't see the aerial attack at the high school level. So to throw for 2,000, that's essentially throwing for 4,000 at the NFL level or equivalent to. That's a huge number. And 22 touchdowns, I'd say, again, you double it. That's 44 touchdown passes through the air. And so you know the kid can throw, and so I think Osage is definitely going to have to be on their heels, on the toes of their feet. Don't get caught napping. Don't get caught on your heels, because Masick is an all-state perennial player, and we really expect him to have an excellent evening. This is your Burgers Smokehouse pregame show. We've got a bunch more to talk about, and we are just 7 minutes away from kickoff here in Kaiser, Missouri. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV. We'll be right back after this.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark, because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are farmers.
Back here on LakeTV, this is your Burgers Smokehouse pregame show, and football fans, as we said earlier in the pregame show, your wait is just about over, and I don't know about you guys or you, Chase, but you get to this point in time, and I start getting excited. I was excited last night, and even though I'm not playing and not my time anymore, I get just as excited now as I ever did.
Oh, definitely. I cannot wait for this game. It's been a long time, like I said earlier, and I'm ready to see some good high school football, definitely.
And you like Osage just because it's centered right here in the middle of Lake of the Ozarks, and of course Lake TV covers Lake area high school football all season long. We've got Camdenton, Eldon, Osage, and Versailles as well. In California, Camdenton, Eldon, and Osage, and who am I missing? California Pintos as well, and they're all in action as well. As a matter of fact, we'll take you around the league or around the area throughout the night and keep you guys updated on those scores as well. Now, Chase, if I am coming into my first week of the season as a head coach, one thing I look for is gimmick plays, trick plays, something to catch you off guard, because it's the first week. What do you have to lose?
Oh, man, you don't have anything. I definitely think that you got to keep, like you said, you got to keep the other team on their toes. You got to keep them guessing. And if you reuse plays, if you do the same thing as last year, they're going to know. So you got to try some new things. Got to keep them ready and not sure what you're going to do next.
That's one thing about Coach Johnson. He is very, very unpredictable. We've seen him go through some crazy series of plays and calls over the course of his tenure here at Osage. Matter of fact, his first year late in a district game, I don't remember, I think it was probably against, it might even have been against Fulton here. He, on 4th and 2, deep in his own end, up 3 late in the game, he went for it. Now, they got it because they were able to get the defender to jump off sides, so you don't really know if they would have went for it, but based on the body language of the players, they were going to go for it. And we've seen Coach Johnson call for fake punts, onside kicks, all kinds of gimmick plays, and so do not be surprised if at some point early in the ball game tonight you see just that. Coach Johnson pull out something from his bag of tricks, and that bag is a big one, like we said. Very, very excited. We are just about 4.5 minutes away from Osage and Fulton right here on LakeTV. This is your Burgers Smokehouse pregame show. We'll be right back after this.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on LakeTV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
It is showtime here on LakeTV. William Holtz, Chase Elliott, and it's week 1 edition of your Friday Night Lights. Game of the week on LakeTV, and we couldn't be happier to be here in Kaiser, Missouri, home of the Osage Indians. And as you see, your captains now take center field, or midfield, if you will, ready to flip the toss. And I'll tell you, it's not real hot. It was real warm earlier. The clouds are out. We're going to get a little break from the sun, which is a huge blessing because just shortly ago, this man was sweating in places he did not even knew he had. Some big boys out there. I'll tell you, talk about a coach like Pat Kelly with Fulton. Been in the same place 20 years. You just don't see that at any level, let alone the high school level. He's been very, very good since he's been here, and I'll tell you, last year riding the high of a 9-win season, and they felt like really, you know, Blair Oaks obviously loaded, went all the way to the state semifinals a year ago. They were loaded, and Fulton said really, you know, we were a couple plays away from finding ourselves in that district as district champions, and you know, I guess probably every team says those kind of things. You know, we were just a play away, or you know, we were so close to winning that ball game, and that's really what separates the great teams from the good teams at any level, is which ones do make those plays and which ones do win the ball game.
Definitely.
And last year Osage was victim of just that. They were 5-6, and a lot of their losses were just really a play or two away from going the other way. And I was talking with Coach Johnson, like I said, and last night when we were talking, he said, you know, Will, even though 5-6, he goes, you know as good as anyone, I mean, how close were we to being 8-3? And he's exactly right. They were extremely close. Both Fulton and Osage, Class 3 teams, so you're going to get two teams even kill, the size of class. Tri-County Conference, home of the Osage Indians, and the North Central Missouri Conference is the conference home of Fulton Hornets. So Chase, a minute away. The toss has been determined. It looks like the official letting him know we do have some rules changes, some Misha rules changes for 2016. One rule, there's completely clear or completely white tooth and mouth protectors are no longer prohibited, which they used to be. They thought they might be a safety hazard, and there's no longer the case. So it looks like Fulton won the toss and they defer, I believe. However, maybe I should wait. Another one, football gloves are now required to meet either the new SFIA specification or the existing NOC SAE test standard at the time of manufacture. Also, clipping in the free blocking zone is now illegal. 2016 points of emphasis is what they're going to emphasize this year across the board. Coaches and officials got together last year, and risk minimization, of course, with the new heads-up program across the country. Safety is number one, as it should be. Legal and illegal blocks are going to be looking closer for those. Legal jerseys, pants, and pads, making sure that people are not getting away, these players are not getting away with illegal gear. And then also unfair acts. Anything, as you know, that would deem unworthy or unfair, they will be calling that. So we are set to go, and it looks like Fulton did win the toss. They defer. Osage will receive. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime from beautiful Osage Indian Field in Kaiser, Missouri. Nick Riley, the one of the trio Riley boys, cousins and brothers. righty. It's actually fielded out of the 15. Outside, some good yardage across the 40. Now up to midfield before being pushed out of bounds. An incredible starting field position. And that's Dalton DePay. Incredible return on the special teams play, and the Osage Indians start 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line of Fulton. Good start for the Indians, Chase.
Definitely. I think incredible is an understatement. That was pretty good. They got what was it?
Got it at about the 18-yard line, so he has about 36 yards on the return. Up to the 46. Osage comes out under center. Junior quarterback, very excited to see what we're going to get this year out of Zach Wheeler. He is a gunslinger. Hands off. That's Magnuson out of the backfield. He stopped there at about the 48-yard line. He'll lose a couple. And Magnuson lines up at running back for the first running play for the Indians. So Magnuson on his first carry loses 2. So on 2nd and long, the pitch outside to Riley. He's got an edge outside across the 40, inside the 35, down to the 34. And he'll be knocked down right there as Galbraith in on the stop for the Fultons. And that was a very, very nice gain. We're going to give him 12 yards, and that's good for a first down. The first of the game for Osage. So now out of the shotgun is Wheeler. He's got 2 wide receivers both sides. Takes it, looks left now, steps up in the pocket. He's airing it out, looking for his man, and that's knocked away by number 3, Lucas Gray. Nice defensive play, and I'll tell you what, Wheeler had his man streaking wide open and DePay, but he could not hit him as that falls incomplete as it was underthrown. So first attempt of the night falls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Fulton. Had a step, didn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely had a step.
So 2nd down and 10 now, 11:15 left here in the opening quarter. Play Wheeler out of the shotgun. Looks to his left, into the flat. He's got his man, that's Edwards. And he'll be dragged down right there inside the 30. Nice sound tackling by Alec Fleetwood, the 6-foot senior.
6 foot, really, that's...
Pick up a 6, brings up a 3rd down and 4.
So 3rd and 5 now, rolling out. Now back across, looking for Magnuson. He has it, and he'll be taken down. Ball's on the turf. I'll tell you, that's an incomplete pass. Very, very bad call by the official. It's going to be ruled a fumble recovered there by Fulton. That's your first turnover of the game with 10:42 left. The thing is, Magnuson never had the ball secured. Should be an incomplete pass. Nonetheless, Fulton takes over 1st down and 10 at the 31-yard line. Chase didn't look like he ever had possession, did it?
No, it didn't. It's tackled him pretty fast, it looked like to me.
It's your first turnover of the game. Comes just a minute 18 seconds into the ball game, so that was a very short drive for the Indians. Now we'll get our first look at the All-State candidate, one of my favorites, Devin Masick. Out of the shotgun, empty backfield, looks to his left. There he's got his man. That's probably his favorite target. He has about 16 yards, and that's the Trevion Vaughn, an absolute beast. Keep an eye on that young man right there. So that's good for about 15 or 16 yards on 1st down. Up to the 46-yard line, we're going to give him 15 yards. And that is just Fulton's first play from scrimmage. We'll see how often Coach Kelly loves the spread offense. That's typically what he runs. We'll see how often you see Masick out of the shotgun. Masick now, it looks like a little option. He's going to keep it, and Riley with the stop, but not until Masick gains 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Nice little read option there. Smart job by Masick to keep the ball, tuck it and run, and he has himself a very, very positive gain on 1st down. Davis now, the inside give. He has 1st down yardage. We're going to give him 3. Cross very close to the 40-yard line. We'll spot him at the 42. So that's the 2nd 1st down of the series here for Fulton.
Ahmad Davis, the ball carrier.
Ahmad Davis going to have big shoes to fill. trying to spell Dean, who graduated, of course, we told you, 2,000 yards, 26 touchdowns a year ago, both Fulton school records. Vaughn now, he fakes the sweep and going down the backfield. That's blown dead in the backfield. Nice play. That's number 46, David Wormuth, the senior. We're going to have a quarterback sack. 3-yard loss, second down and 13. Nice job staying home by Osage. You saw Galbraith was in motion, but no one bit Osage. Nice job staying home. After the 3-yard loss, Masick out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, bottom of your screen. Lone receiver, top. Masick takes the snap. Now he rolls to his right. Under pressure, being pressured. Now throws across his body, in and out of the hands of Galbraith as it was thrown behind him. Made a nice effort, but that falls harmlessly to the turf. And that'll bring up a long 3rd and 13. We'll see if the Osage defense can't get a stop.
Brings up a 3rd down and 13.
We'll see what Osage can do here defensively. Of course, spread offense, empty backfield, shotgun, 3 wides to the right side. Couple top of your screen. Masick now takes the snap, looks to his left, throws there, and in and out of the hands and deflected. Throws behind Vaughn very dangerously. Ian Riley got his hand on the ball, breaks it up, unable to grab it. McCann also in on the coverage for the Indians. So 4th and 13 now for Fulton. They are in Osage territory, but this is certainly a punt situation, you'd figure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think they definitely will punt this one.
Yeah, of course, punter in there. 8 yards back.
There he goes.
And good punt. Takes a very good bounce, and that is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line right there by Mackay Galbraith. Osage will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 6-yard line. Excellent job of punting.
Excellent.
Osage will take over 1st down and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
So Osage moved the ball fairly efficiently after great position to start the game, but then a turnover on a fumble out of the hands of Austin Magnuson. He was your Hy-Vee Spotlight player of the game to start this game, and not the way he wanted his season to start.
You wouldn't think, will you, Will?
Dylan Riley now checks in late for the Indians. Wheeler talks with him as well as Magnuson in the backfield. Under center now. Wheeler keeps it, pitches it outside. That's Riley now across the 20. Upended right there by Galbraith. He's up to about the 25-yard line. We're going to give him 20 yards on the carry, and that's Nick Riley for an Indian 1st down.
17-yard gain on the play. That'll be enough for another Osage.
Well, I tell you what, he just threw him right over the shoulder there. That looked like it was a pretty gruesome hit.
Yeah, right back up Riley. The inside give this time to Dylan Riley. He's got a couple, maybe 3.
Dylan Riley, the ball carrier. Brought down by Dustin Lee.
We're fortunate enough to have an inside scoop with the coaches up here on the press box, and it sounds like Riley may have cut in the wrong hole. Under center again now, Wheeler. Play action. Looks into the flat. He's got Riley. Good yardage. Nice play right there. That's good for about, we're going to give him 10 yards, and that's another 1st down for the Indians.
Lead to number 3, Dylan Riley. Brought down by Lucas Gray. 11-yard gain on the play.
Gray gets the stop for Fulton. That's his 2nd tackle of the game already. Wheeler, nice job letting that play develop. Wheeler, pitch outside. Got a little end around now. Edwards tries to elude a guy. Back across his body. Throwing for Riley and intercepted.
Wow.
What a play by number 7, Mackay Galbraith. We've already called his name a handful of times. And really a ball that Jason Edwards just needs a tuck. Play wasn't there. Nice job by Fulton. Throws it anyway, and there's that trick we thought we might see out of Coach Johnson's bag very early in the game. And it does not prove to be successful. That's the Indians' 2nd turnover, and we are just 4 minutes, 47 seconds into this season. But an incredible play by Micah Galbraith, the senior, man. He just full extended, went up there and picked that ball out of the air. So nice job by him. Now 1st and 10 for Fulton. They got it at their own 32-yard line. Little shuck and drive there on the give. That's good for 8 yards. Ahmad Davis with the carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. Dalton DePay had the stop for the Indians, but not before 8 yards on the legs of Davis. So this two-headed monster in the backfield. You've got Masick and Davis, both proving to be dangerous here in the early going. Davis gets it, and that one's blown dead in the backfield. Nice play. Number 46, once again for the Indians, David Weremuth. He already has 2 tackles for losses on the night. Man, I'll tell you what, Weremuth quick off the snap. 4-yard loss, that'll bring up 3rd down and 6, 7-17. Big 3rd down here for the Osage defense. Masick steps up, he's under pressure now being chased. Throws across his body, that one's in the air, and that is unbelievable grab on the play. That's number 16, Isaac Franklin, the senior. He just reached up over the pile of players. There's 2 Fulton guys, 2 Osage guys fighting for the ball, and Isaac Franklin just goes up over the top and picks it away. Big time play right there.
Big time play. That's how you can expect that kind of stuff with the senior players. They're definitely, like we were saying before, they grew up with the coach, and man, I tell you, they do a great job.
Quick swing pass out into the flat, a little give and go. That's Tion Logan now making guys miss left and right. He's pushed out of bounds from the 33-yard line. We're going to give him 4 yards on the 1st down.
We're on down by Jason Edwards. Pick up a 4. Brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Nice job by Osage. They were quick to recognize that play, got into the flat, and took down a very dangerous Tion Logan for Fulton. 2nd down and 6. Logan gets the handoff again. You see him stutter step. He's down to the 20-yard line. That's good for 13 yards and another Fulton 1st down. Something about this Osage defense Coach Kelly's picking up on very early. Doesn't really matter who takes the ball in the middle of that pile, but they are having very good success thus far. So the official calls a timeout. Now we'll resume play. Always wondered if I was given the right to call a timeout anytime I wanted to, how often I would call a timeout, run up, grab a snack, take it. They would not have me back probably. Masick now over the slot. Galbraith now, and that one was deflected on the play. It looked like a drop, but really, that's Whittle. Tragan Whittle gets his hand on that to deflect that. 2nd and 10 now after the deflection. He was looking for Galbraith once again, who got his hand on it, was unable to haul that one in. So, 2nd and 10. Also on the Osage coaching staff, Nate Daines, a longtime defensive coordinator. Masick the snap, and he is upended and taken down right there by Jacob Mason, the senior. He was an anchor on the offense and defensive line last year, and that is a big-time play. We're going to give a 2-yard gain by Masick. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Also coaching Charlie Gordon, offense and D-line, Kevin Schnicker, wide receivers and linebackers coach, Brock Ezzard, the D-line and tight ends coach, and then Sean Fowler handles your D-backs and wide receivers. So on 3rd and 7 now, out of the shotgun is Masick. He's got the option. He's going to give it. Oh, he's got Davis, Ahmad Davis, but he's taken down by a slew of Indians, as well as Whittle in there for the Indians and Edwards as well. So 4th down now coming up. Where are we at on 3rd down conversions?
Pick up a 2. Brings up a 4th down and 6.
So on 4th and 6 now. Looks like Fulton will elect to keep the offense on the field. 3 points, not necessarily what they're looking for. So 4th and 6, blown up, bad throw, and you have to give Jacob Mason the credit right there. He blew that play up And he forced Masick to make an errant throw very low, and Osage gets a stop on turnover on downs. 1st and 10 from their 16 with 5:19 left in the first quarter. Nice stop by Osage, Chase.
Very nice, very nice.
So we have an official timeout. We will be right back at Osage Indian High School. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV. He cuts back across and look at him go. And from 77 yards out, here he goes across midfield. Into the end zone, touchdown Carter Williams. Here's the inside give, and no! Fumble! Lakers recover, and I will tell you what.
High school football. See it live on Lake TV every Friday night. Pre-game show starts at 6:40. Kickoff at 7 on Charter Channel 197, Como Connect Channel 90, and streaming live on MyLakeTV.com. Lake TV, your Friday night site for high school football.
That guy caught. Back here on Lake TV, I'm William Holtz, and it is a beautiful evening for high school football. Of course, joined by Chase Elliott, and Osage gets a big stop on 4th down. They're bringing their offense back out in the field, and we'll see if they can't get something going here.
And shout out to the band for keeping everyone alive and keeping the spirit up for this Friday night. Doing an amazing job.
Gotta love the band. Now here's the handoff. There's Dylan Brown gets his first taste of the action, and he's very hard to bring down. He's finally taken down, and it looks like we may have a fumble on the play. We do. Dylan Brown with the fumble. Fulton recovers on the 30-yard line of Osage, and ladies and gentlemen, do you believe it? That is the 3rd turnover, and we are not even 7 minutes into this ball game. So it looked like some extremely positive on the legs of Dylan Brown. We talked about his playmaking ability. It took about half of the Fulton defense to finally get him down. One thing I pick up on here, I see Austin Magnuson with his ankle wrapped in ice on the sideline. Not a good sign if you're an Indians fan. Now here's Davis. That'll get blown up dead by Jacob Mason in the backfield. Nice play by Mason. That'll go for a 3-yard loss. We'll see if Lake TV's Deborah Wolf, our sideline reporter, can keep an eye on that. We'll keep you updated as soon as we can on Austin Magnuson. 4:50 left in the first quarter of play. Fulton has it 2nd and 13 at the Osage 32-yard line. That after a Dylan Brown fumble recovered by Fulton. They have 3 takeaways here in the early going. Osage's defense stands tall, though, and they've yet to allow Fulton to score. We have got false start by Davis. I believe that's our first penalty of the game. That'll back him up for a 2nd and 18. I'm interested, Chase, to see what's going on over here with Magnuson. Talked about his presence before the game started. .420 left. Under pressure, that one's intercepted by Jacob Mason. He was looking for a screen, was Masick. No way, Jose, as Jacob Mason jumps in the air, and with his big mitts, he pulls it in and has a 5-yard return, and Osage gets their first takeaway of the game. That comes at the 4:09 mark of the first quarter, and the Indians are in business. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, and we'll see if that little boost of momentum doesn't lead to some Indian points. Pitch outside. Riley cuts inside. No, that's Dylan Brown, and he's across midfield down to the 46-yard line, so we're going to give him 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Bring up a 5 is going to bring up the 2nd down and 5.
Low snap, handled there by Wheeler. Here's a flag, into the flag. Good throw across his body. He's got Jason Edwards up to the 26-yard line. That's good for a 1st down. I think you are going to have some kind of violation here against Osage, or do we have an offsides against Fulton?
Jason Edwards, there is a penalty marker on the play.
we'll see what the call is. Legal substitution against the defense. So the play will stand, and I'll tell you what, that's what I love about this big kid. Wheeler out of the pocket, on the move, puts a strike down right on the numbers to Jason Edwards. He hauls it in, and he has good yardage up to the 27-yard line.
It's a 22-yard gain on the play. Now they'll be involved for another Osage.
Under center now. Wheeler keeps it, and he is in trouble. He is golfed up right there. That's number 32, LaShawn Williams. Takes him down, and that's good for a 3-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd down and 13.
Loss of 3 will bring up a 2nd down and 13.
Wheeler now, the shotgun looks, he's got Edwards, and low throw just a little bit. Edwards could have probably left his feet, went down and secured that one. Falls harmlessly to the turf, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long now for Osage. 3:06 left in the first quarter. You'd at least like to get half of this back and give Edwards an opportunity to get 3. For Osage to have 3 first quarter turnovers and to have 0 points on the board for their opponent, that's a big, big victory here in the early going of this ball game. Wheeler now under center, communicating with his center. Play action. Wheeler now, misdirection play. Dylan Brown looking to make a man miss. He does. Puts his head down, and it takes 5. Fulton Hornets to take him down to the 22-yard line. He's got 8. That'll bring up 4th down and 5. So on 4th down and 7, Wheeler draws Fulton off sides. That'll make it a little bit easier. Very close to 4th and 1 here. We'll see what Coach Johnson decides to do. Now, I do know we talked with LakeTV's Deb Wolf, and she found out that Austin Magnuson rolled his ankle. As far as whether or not he anticipates a return, we do not have that information yet, but we will work diligently to get that to you guys as soon as possible. Certainly an injury we want to keep an eye on. So now after the offsides, look like they may be sitting in their field goal unit. No, they're just sitting in their big I said goal line formation. Riley under center. And oh boy, we must have all kinds of problems. It was a fumble. The play was blown dead. There's a flag on the field. And it's an illegal formation. Or sorry, it is an illegal procedure or false start against the Indians. So that'll back it up to 4th and 6, and back onto the field is Zach Wheeler. Wheeler now, Edwards, and he looks for Edwards in an errant throw. Really looking for the quick pitch route back shoulder, and not a very good play, so Osage turns it over on downs. Fulton has it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. So Fulton calls a timeout. We'll give you this commercial break. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football only on LakeTV.
If you're looking for a new tri-tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K tri-tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K tri-tunes. For sales, service, and parts,
our family's here to serve you.
On the road road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at ycpowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
And we're back here on Lake TV. Score still 0-0, 2:12 left in the first quarter. And if you're just joining us, you've missed 3 Osage Indian turnovers, a turnover on downs, and Fulton still unable to score on first down. Ahmad Davis, the carry. He'll be taken down there. Jacob Mason once again in on the tackle. That's good for no gain, and that'll bring up second down and 10.
And well, I'll tell you, we had some fantastic turnovers by Osage here in the game so far. And you mentioned, go ahead.
Outside looking for Davis on the screen, and coming into the play and wrestling him down, C.J. Myers once again. Active job right there. That'll bring up third down and 8. Yeah, you're right. The turnover's certainly been a big point of emphasis thus far, but Osage defense proving tough. They have not allowed Fulton to turn any of those turnovers into points, and that's how turnovers hurt you, either deep in the opponent's end where you take away points from yourself, or if they translate into points for the opponent. But Osage, like we said, very fortunate thus far to still see that 0 under Fulton's name. Empty backfield on 3rd and 8. Masick takes the shotgun. Now he looks to his left into the slot. He was looking for Galbraith, and that's a sound tackle on the play. Meeting him right there, and Mr. Riley against. That'll bring a 4th down and 5. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. We are winding down the clock, getting very, very close. About a 15-second difference from the game and the play clock, so you will see a play here, of course. Back to receive for Osage, you've got Max Maples as well as Nick Riley. Galbraith in the backfield for Fulton. Look for a fake here. He does punt. It's a good one. Field there by Maples at his own 40, and he has it up to around the 45-yard line. So Osage has very good field position. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. We have 10.5 seconds left here in this first quarter, still scoreless. Now, something Chase I look for Osage to do here is air it out a little bit. You've seen a lot of running. You've seen Nick Riley get in there. You've seen Dylan Brown get in there and get an opportunity. But what Osage has had success in, you saw a couple of swing passes into the flat. And then, of course, you saw the really nice play on the rollout where Wheeler was able to find his target, Jason Edwards. We'll see if they don't loosen the reins a little bit on Wheeler. Out of the shotgun, he rolls to his right. Throws, looking again, and he overthrows his target. He was looking for number 15, Drake Gaines, the junior receiver. And Gaines, a kid that the coaching staff very, very high on at this point in time in the season. They are looking extremely forward to see what he brings to the table over the next couple seasons here for Osage. 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. This will be your last play. When we come back to start the second quarter, stay tuned. We'll have Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance joining us. On the carry, that's Riley. He'll be thrown down violently to the turf. That's Will Dunn for the Hornets. So after 1 quarter of play, we are scoreless here in Kaiser, Missouri. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
JJ Twix, pizza and puff.
It's the Lake's favorite family restaurant where past meets present. We're famous for our fresh homemade pizza, our fall off the bone ribs, and our lunch buffet till 2:30 Monday through Friday. We're also famous for all the fun stuff plastered all over the walls, the game room for the kids, and those crazy antler chandeliers. JJ Twigs, the place where family and friends meet for good times and great food. And for Lake nightlife, you can't beat Risky's, where friends mingle and new friends meet. Happy hours from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. There's live music Thursday starting at 6 and live karaoke Friday and Saturdays starring you. And be sure to stop by JJ Twig's new location on Osage Beach Parkway for more good food and more good times. You can't beat the neighborhood atmosphere and the barbecue. JJ Twigs for family fun, lake nightlife, and the new Twigs on the Parkway.
And we're down on the field in what's been a pretty tough first quarter for the Osage Indians, including an injury to number 34, Austin Magnuson. Looks like he rolled his ankle. He did spend a lot of the first quarter on the bench with ice on that ankle. Now, the athletic trainer just finished wrapping the ankle. He's got a good brace on it. There did not look to be a lot of swelling when he did get that ankle wrap. So he's back up, walking around trying to shake it off, and hopefully we'll see him back in the game for the second quarter. Back to you, William.
That'll bring up 4th and 13. And we now have the pleasure of being joined by Farmers Insurance agent and owner Chris Wagner. Mr. Wagner, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, man? Another great game, another Friday Night Lights, another season. Super excited to be a part of another one here at Osage.
And for those of you that don't know now, Chris Wagner, he has the halftime kick contest. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's right. Donate. You can sign up as many times as you want. It's $1 an entry. Money goes back to the school. Chance to win a $100 of cash if you make a 15-yard or 25-yard field goal.
That's so cool. Here's the punt now, taken by Galbert. This kid's dangerous. Takes it at his 25. Makes the first couple of guys miss. Now a swarm of Indians get to him. The first in on the play, Ian Riley. What do you think about this year's team so far, Chris?
They're looking pretty good. That was a good stop right there by Osage. I'm excited to see where, how they're going to develop as the year goes on, and it's always good to see a new season and get the jitters out the first game, and get things rolling for the tribe.
Yeah, certainly very, very rich history here at Osage.
Absolutely.
Football history. Now, we understand you played some football in your day. Tell us a little bit about your college days.
We played some football, and I was starting wide receiver in high school, and played a little junior college ball, and then, it's always fun to watch these new guys. It's almost a whole different sport now, the way they do things, and so it's really cool to watch how the sport has evolved over the years.
Certainly is, and don't let my man Chris Wagner fool you guys talking about used to play. We were out here the other day hanging out, and this man can still flat out jump up and pluck that ball out of the air. This man has hands for days. Chris, one thing we could work on is that speed.
Yeah.
It has went away a little bit as you've turned into a career man. Out of the shotgun now. Masick, he's flushed out of the pocket. Throws across his body, and very, very smart job by Masick to get rid of it. Magnuson in there. That's number 39 for the Indians. That's Tragan Whittle once again. Magnuson still on the sideline being looked at by the Lake Regional Health System sports trainer. Chris, one thing about Osage, you've seen 3 Indian turnovers in the first quarter. I know that it's early and you talk about the jitters, but 3 within the first 7 minutes. They're fortunate not to have allowed any points.
Yeah, that's tough. They're definitely going to have to go back and look at that video and see where they're drawing their mistakes.
Masick keeps it on 3rd and long. He'll be upended and taken down there about the 40-yard line. We're giving him the 39. Now he gets 9 yards on 4th and 13. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. So nice job by Masick. This kid last year, Chris, he had over 2,000 yards passing, 22 scores through the air, and then he added another 600 yards on the ground with 11 rushing touchdowns.
That's incredible.
And he's only a senior. Now 4th and 5. Here's the boot. No one's home, and that is a good boot. Takes an Osage roll, and that's down right there by the Fulton players. So after the impressive punt, Osage will get it 1st and 10 at their own 16. Chris, I know that you do the Farmers Insurance, of course, and everyone knows, of course, home, life, car. But now there's something interesting you're getting involved with, and being here at the lake couldn't be a better service. Talk about this new speedboat insurance that you're going to dabble with a little bit.
So we've got a couple new programs now. We can run boats up to 180 miles an hour. Cruisers, over $3 million in value. We can do a lot of things that the normal insurance agency can't do for you. And it works hand in hand with farmers. Man, we can combine everything, save you a ton of money. We're licensed in 9 states, which works out really well for being here at the lake. A lot of people obviously have lake homes and they live somewhere else. We can combine all their stuff. And but yeah, we have access to a lot of really, really good marine programs for your wakeboard boats and your tri-tunes, all that stuff going on. We're excited about it.
Very cool. That's outstanding. And as I understand, not many people, if anyone here at the lake, even offers that.
Not that I know of, especially not on the high-performance stuff. The stuff going, the super fast stuff, We've been around it. I've been around it my whole life, so I'm very educated on it. I can definitely walk somebody through what they're going to need on it. And, yeah, I don't know a lot of people that are doing that at all.
And if we do want to find out more about this insurance, how can we get a hold of Christopher Wagner with Farmers?
Sure. So you can always go to Lake of the Ozarks Marineinsurance.com. Super easy. Lake of the Ozarks Marineinsurance.com, or call us 573-302-0001.
Wonderful. Wheeler now on 2nd and 11 into the flat. Nice play. That's broken up by Lucas Gray. We've called his name a handful of times tonight. Nice play right there. You did see Wheeler extend that play there, and that's something I like about this kid is he's pretty mobile, and he's very accurate while he's being mobile.
Yeah, he's going to be good for Osage as we go on.
Last year had 16 touchdowns, but he had 12 or 13 interceptions. That's something, of course, you want to see him cut down on this year, well over an interception a ball game. And, you know, you saw Masick just a little bit ago on 3rd and long or 2nd long. He just threw it away. And what you do is you allow yourself to see another play and avoid the detrimental play. Here's a little trick play, a little end of round, a little reverse to Mr. Riley. He's got a full head of steam across the 40, down to the 43-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. And once again, we touched on that in the pregame. Coach Johnson loves to pull out a trick out of his bag, and that was just that. What a play.
That was a great play by Osage. Way to turn it up, fight for those extra few yards. That was great.
Wonderful play. So that might get the tram going here. The crowd here a little bit. They've been kind of stagnant, of course. Beautiful night, but not a whole lot to be excited about thus far until that play. So 1st and 10 now, 9:40 left in the first half. Out of the shotguns, Wheeler. He's got 3 wide receiver, top of your screen. Little option play. He's going to keep it. He's got some room across midfield. Outside is Wheeler. He's dragged down from behind at the 37-yard line by Gray, but not until he has 24 yards and another Indian first down. Really good decision. You saw that. Had big play capability.
First down, baby.
Big first down. So consecutive big plays now for the Indians. 9:20 left in the first half. Wheeler under center. Pro set. He's going to give it to Riley. He's taken down in the backfield. Nice play right there. That's 59, Matt Harrigan, and he is a playmaker.
Brought down by Matt Harrigan.
Around the area, we also have Eldon playing at home against Boonville tonight. Versailles travels to Knob Noster. Camdenton on the road at Hillcrest in Springfield. And California travels to Monette. And, of course, Osage fans know all about Monette. They beat him in the state quarterfinals just 2 years ago. Out of the shotgun, Wheeler now into the flat. He's got his man. Nice play into the flat. That's that receiver, number 15, Drake Gaines. Gaines now, that's his first reception, and this is a kid they're really expecting to play a big role after losing Brent McLaughlin to graduation a year ago.
That'll be enough for another Osage.
Chris, I did happen to see Dylan Brown jogged off with a bum ankle here a minute ago. We'll try to keep you updated on that. I haven't seen number 5 back in the game since that. Riley now outside, got some good yardage, rolls back inside, and he has about 6 yards, the 21-yard line, and another positive play. So Osage here starting to gain a little momentum, I can sense, Chris.
Absolutely. Gain a few yards.
I was starting to wonder which one of us was going to lose the shades first as it gets darker and darker. I'm not afraid of people seeing my eyes.
It is getting nice now that the sun went down a little bit.
Okay, you've got great eyes too. All right, the handoff now to Riley. Cuts inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 5, to the house, touchdown. Osage from 21 yards out. That's number 3, Dylan Riley, the senior, the first Indian touchdown of the young season. And I'll tell you what, if you could tell me we're going to turn the ball over 3 times, yet lead 6-0 to open the second quarter, I'd say we'll take it all day long.
Absolutely. That was a great drive by Osage all the way down, making great plays, extra yards when they needed to. That was really well done.
Yeah, these Riley boys, of course, you remember Austin Riley, the big-time quarterback from a couple years ago. There's the extra point from Jason Edwards. It's up and it's good, and the Osage Indians lead 7-0. We certainly appreciate you coming to talk with us, Chris.
Absolutely.
One more time, if we want to give you a call, your number is
573-302-0001. Come see us in Lake Ozark.
Christopher Wagner.
That's right.
Farmers Insurance on Lake TV. We appreciate it, Chris.
See you at the halftime kick.
We'll be right back after this.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Lake Regional Health System, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, Advantage Marine, YC Power Sports, JJ Twigs.
Back here on Lake TV, and what a drive for the Osage Indians. And this is your Farmers Insurance fan cam. Check it out as you see the fans not really pumped up. The band very, very excited. We love the Farmers Insurance fan cam. Scoring summary, 8 plays, 82 yards, capped off by a 21-yard touchdown on the legs of Dylan Riley. Steve Hogg Wickham providing that information, Lake TV's 2016 football statistician. We thank our man Ross Reinhardt, our production assistant, keeping us cooled off and hydrated here. Appreciate the water and all the love. And Lake TV has an outstanding crew for the 2016 season. We'll introduce you to all of them after the kickoff. So 7:43 left here in the first half of play in Osage. Chase, we talked about it over and over. Those 3 turnovers, yet no points for Fulton. Then you get a couple of positive plays, and Osage able to punch it into the end zone, and they find themselves up 7-0. You got to like that.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Really cooling down out here. It feels really nice.
For sure.
Just
Edwards now.
Beautiful Friday night.
Set to kick. High and shallow kick. Fielded at about the 23-yard line. That's Joe Hinkie. And he's taken down. What a hit by Christian Ganella, and that's a nice play by the young man to step up and make a play on special teams.
On the stop for the Indians, number 57, Christian Ganella. Fulton will have it first down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
As you guys saw, our injury update brought to you by Lake Regional Health System moments ago. That's Lake TV's Deborah Wolf, our sideline reporter, joining us for this season. Here's Ahmad Davis outside, cuts back, nice cutback. He's got 6 yards. And I'll tell you what, that kid quick on that cutback, really changed the direction of the entire play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 4 to pay once again on the stop for the Indians. So 7:15 left here in the first half. Fulton really has not had a hard time driving the ball. They're just having a hard time punching it in. Davis once again, stutter step. Riley now there. Also in on the stop for the Indians. DePay once again.
Davis, the ball carrier.
So 2nd down and 4 will lead to a 3rd and 1 after a 3-yard gain by Davis.
Brings up a 3rd down and 1.
Quick snap here. Quarterback Devin Masick catches the Osage line sleeping. Quick snap, he'll take it for a 3-yard gain, and that's good for a Fulton first down. Now, if you're Coach Kelly's team, one thing that you want to do here after the touchdown is you don't want to have a quick 3 and out, or you don't want to have a short drive, because you don't want to put your defense right back out there. So that first down was huge, and Masick recognized that. 3rd and short, saw the defense wasn't ready, and just snaps the ball, and that's just that veteran leadership that makes Masick so, so special. On 1st and 10 now, rolls out, steps up, airs it out, looking for his man, and kind of threw to the wrong shoulder. Although, if you ask me, it really looked like number 8, Alec Fleetwood, kind of got turned up the wrong way a little early.
I definitely think he could have had that one there.
Excuse me. Yeah, really not sure he saw the ball initially, and also certainly didn't make the greatest adjustment. But nonetheless, 2nd and 10 now. Osage Indians graduate all but 2 linemen on both sides of the ball. So you'll see some new guys anchoring the line. And they're going to get offsides right there. And that's number 57, Ganella, who we just called the name of shortly ago. He'll be victim to the hard count. And once again, Masick's savvy leadership proving very, very beneficial for Fulton.
2nd down.
So 2nd down and 5 now. Out of the shotgun. Masick, he's got the option. Nice job sealing the gap by C.J. Myers outside. The keeper, I think that's going to be good for first down yardage.
We're on down number 13, Nick Riley.
It was Dalton DePay that cut off the pitch on the outside and forced Masick to tuck it and run. Otherwise, I think Davis has some serious room to the outside. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 now. 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Empty backfield for Fulton. Oh, and he wasn't ready for the snap. Interesting play as Masick was looking to the sideline, and the shotgun snap came back and hit him right in the groin area.
Yeah,
it looked like.
I tell you what, you can't have that with Fulton here. They need to be on their guard here and ready for.
Yeah, Masick was just looking to the sideline to look like head coach Pat Kelly was going to change the play, and so his attention was there. The center never saw his quarterback wasn't ready, snapped it anyway. Luckily for Fulton, Masick very heads up. He falls on the football, and they maintain possession. Here's Davis. Now the snap, and what a tackle. Who is that blowing that play up in the backfield with one arm? That is number 50, Derek Puckett. I'll tell you what, he reached out with one arm and brings down Ahmad Davis. And that's going to be a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 18.
Stop for Osage. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They give Myers credit for the tackle. That play's got to be credited to our man. One arm reached out there and grabbed him to Derek Puckett. So Masick on 3rd and forever. Empty backfield. Steps up in the pocket. He's got his man, but he overshoots him by 5 yards. He had his man Alec Fleetwood streaking wide open. He was going to score, but Masick overshoots him, and he knows it. As you see, he's back there really, really beating himself up. So now Osage, not only do they score, but then after a couple of heads-up or boneheaded plays by Fulton, they're going to get the football back with plenty of time to hopefully extend this lead here in the first half. It's a fake, and are you kidding me? I am just absolutely shocked. On 4th and 17, it's a fake punt. Masick hits his receiver Fleetwood in stride.
That was incredible.
Down to the 41-yard line, and he reaches out and makes an incredible grab. Then the ball was loose, and on the way down while he's getting folded like a pretzel, Fleetwood pulls that in. Absolutely acrobatic catch.
That was incredible. I did not think he was going to have that one. That was fantastic play.
Big time gamble. It pays off now in the flat. Looking for it. Galbraith goes to reach one-handed. That's an incomplete pass. So bring up 2nd down and 10. And right when you think Osage is about to get the ball back, I mean, 4th and 17, you certainly don't think you're going to see a fake in that situation.
No, not at all.
That's what makes it so effective, I guess.
And like we were talking about earlier, you know, they're it seems like to me so far in the game, they're definitely trying to mix things up and do some different plays and different ideas. And it's some of them are working out, some of them aren't, but it's very interesting to see.
Jason Edwards had wonderful coverage on the play, too. Does a great pass and a better catch. Here's Davis now. He cuts in between. He makes a nice play, and he's got big yardage. We're going to give him 13 yards down to the 20-yard line. And after the trick play on 4th and 17, it looks like we have life. And Austin Magnuson now scrambles back onto the field. He's limping. It looks like they've wrapped that ankle pretty heavily, but it's a great sign to see him back in there. Certainly the defensive leader for this Indian squad.
Please report to the track at the bottom of the steps.
All this talk about Burger's Smokehouse during the pregame show and with our banner makes me want a honey smoked ham or some bacon. Play action in the flat. Galbraith able to haul that in. I think he heard footsteps as C.J. Myers was barrowing down on him, and he able to haul that in. So 2nd down and 10 now. 3:51 left here in the first half of play. You're listening and watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV. You're watching either mylaketv.com or on Charter Channel 197, and we thank you guys for tuning in. We'll have high school football for you all season long.
A yellow flag here, it looks like.
They're going to call encroachment. It's a dead ball encroachment. I mean, Edwards kind of either an arm or something reached over the line of scrimmage. It's an imaginary line of scrimmage for us, of course, but apparently the official far sideline had a good look, and he calls Edwards for the dead ball offside. So 2nd down and 5 after the penalty. That's only the 2nd Indian penalty of the night. Now we're going to have another, looks like a timeout called. No, false start, so that'll back him right back up. So as soon as Osage hands them a gift, they're like, you know, as nice as you are, let me give you one right back. False start, that'll back it right back to the 2nd down and 10. Now we've got whistles galore, and Fulton's going to call a timeout. So we will take a short commercial break. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
For Lake TV Sports, it's Deborah Wolf back down on the sidelines here at the Osage Indians home game against the Fulton Hornets. Good news is that after his injury at the first quarter, Austin Magnuson is back in the game, playing as running back, and he's looking good. His ankle looks like he's functioning fine. He's been doing a lot of cutting, so his mobility seems as though it's strong. That said, we have another injury on the field to an finger injury. It looks like a hand injury that we have to Jacob Mason, offensive lineman. I looked at the finger when the paramedics were wrapping it, and they did wrap both his fingers together as though it might be broken. There was quite a bit of swelling. He looks like he's in pain, but once again, it looks as though they were putting a brace on it so that he can get back in the game as well. So we'll keep you updated as we get ready to wrap up the first half and go into halftime here at the Osage Indians home game.
Galbraith now makes that play. Stays on his feet, still trying to make a play before being taken down to the 7-yard line. That's 8 yards, and that's a big first down on 3rd down and 5. Fulton will now be faced with 1st and goal with 3 minutes left here in the first half of play. Thank you, Deb, for that injury update brought to you by Lake Regional Health System. On our sideline, that's Lake TV's Deborah Wolf, field correspondent, keeping you updated, and that would be a tough loss for the Indians if Mason couldn't get back in the ball game.
Well, I tell you, we've said his name a few times so far in the game, and I hate to see him.
Out of the shotgun now, Masick, quick pitch. That one is dangerous. Handled there by Davis. Jason Edwards comes up and blows that dead. Along with his counterpart, Max Maples, the helmet flies off of Davis. That is good for a couple, about a 1-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Or 2nd down and goal from the 7, rather. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Jacob Mason has 3 tackles for a loss already on the night. He has 5 tackles in the ball game, and he has been a force to be reckoned with, anchoring that defensive line, which he did last year as well. 2 minutes left in the half. Out of the shotgun is Masick. 3 wide receivers left, 2 to the right now. Takes a snap, airs one out to the end zone. He's got Galbraith back of the end zone, touchdown. Fulton 7-6, and that's Galbraith in the back of the end zone. A beauty thrown from quarterback, his man, Devin Masick. And that'll make the score 7-6 here. Really a nice ball. You expect to see that from Masick very, very frequently this season. Really impressed with Mekhi Galbraith up to this point in time, too. Only weighs 150 pounds, standing 6 foot tall. Goes after the ball very aggressively. The extra point attempt is up, and it is good by Jacob Kern. So with a minute 53 left in the first half of play, Osage Indians, Fulton Hornets knotted at 7. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football only on Lake TV.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned, Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Back here on Lake TV, and we got a ball game, folks. It's 7-7 after the Galbraith 7-yard touchdown reception from his quarterback, Devin Masick. That's Masick's first touchdown of the season. That drive good for 13 plays, 68 yards. Of course, as we said, capped by the 7-yard touchdown pass from Masick to Galbraith. Minute 53 left. Jacob Kern set to kick, and it is a low one. Bounce there, handled by Depe. Cuts back across the 30 up to about the 32-yard line. They'll spot him right at the 32 where Osage has it. 1st and 10, minute 47. So minute 47 left in the first half. Coach Johnson has all 3 of his timeouts. What do you look for him to do?
Man, I don't know. It's a close one. They're tied right now. I would say, I don't know. That's a hard call.
I definitely expect him to try to work the sideline a little bit. Of course, in high school, the clock does stop on a first down, so they reset the sticks so you don't have to be as cautious. They'll start with a play action. Looking now, Riley. Oh, what a play designed by Osage. Wheeler had his man, Nick Riley, wide open, or open in the flat. It took a perfect pass to get over Lucas Berry's arms.
Lucas Berry on the coverage.
Was covering, and I'll tell you what, he just lobbed it over his hands, and if Nick Riley hauls that in, he's going to be running for a while because there was only one Fulton guy to beat. Wheeler now rolls to his left out of the shotgun into the flat. Riley once again and able to hold on. So for 2 straight plays, Nick Riley with a drop pass. Very, very unusual to see 2 in a row, especially from a Riley. So 3rd and 10 now, minute 36. They've had 2 plays and only eating up 7 seconds. So we were talking about the clock. The last thing you want to do here is not move the ball and give the ball right back to the Hornets after their last scoring drive. Wheeler out of the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Steps up, airs it out. He's looking for Gaines. He's got him. He comes back. Makes the plays down to the 33-yard line. That's good for 35 yards. In a big, big play, Blake Gaines, we talked about him earlier. He has big shoes to fill, replacing senior Britt McLaughlin from a year ago, and that's a big play right there in his first reception, or second reception of the game. That good for 35 yards.
I definitely think Osage is going to try to get a few more points in here before.
And the option sweep outside. Riley taken down, stopped right there by Lucas Gray. He upends him. So still a minute 18 to go. 2nd down and 12. They've got it at the 36-yard line of Fulton.
Brings up a 2nd down and 12.
So 2nd and 12 now. Wind picking up just a little bit. I've been watching the flag all night. This is about as active as it's been. Wheeler now rolling into the flat right side. Looks over, shoots his man, looking for Riley. That time Riley reached up and knocked it away, trying to make a one-hand catch. Otherwise, that's going to be the 4th Indians turnover of the night because there was a couple of Fulton players ready to pounce on that.
Looks like Caswell went for the dive in on that one.
Yeah, trying to grab the deflection. So 3rd and 12 now. Under a minute to play here in the first half. After the first half concludes, stay tuned for our Poly Lift Boat Lifts halftime show right here on Lake TV. Still some unfinished business to take care of here. And Osage will burn a timeout, so we will give you a short commercial break. We'll be right back. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football only on Lake TV.
I'm open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We'll save you money and hassles at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln.
The best customer service, and we'll give you the most bang for your hard-earned buck.
Our family way of doing business will win you over and have you coming back.
Rick Ball Ford and Lincoln in Sedalia.
Back here on Lake TV, just under a minute to go here in the first half. Osage has it 3rd down and 12 from the Fulton 36-yard line. We're dead locked at 7 here. Of course, obviously Osage wants to take the lead here. We'll see if they don't try to get a little closer and send out their field goal unit, or if they're able to convert here on 3rd down. Just heard from Hogg over here. Osage 1 for 7 thus far on 3rd down entering this drive. Of course, they had the big conversion earlier, so 2 for 8 on the night as they converted on their last one on this drive. But 3rd and 12, this one gets a bit tougher. Shotgun, set. Wheeler in the backfield with Riley. That's going to be a run. Looking for Edwards now. He's going to step up. Here's Edwards now. Throws. Looking for Gaines, and Gaines comes back and makes an incredible catch. We talked about him early. Really a ball Jason Edwards had no business even throwing. He made that decision earlier. It ended in an interception. This time he throws it up and lets his man Drake Gaines try to make a play on the ball. The receiver and the defender were hand wrestling, but it's Gaines just out-muscles the man and makes an incredible play. So for 36 yards, Jason Edwards finds Drake Gaines and the Indians add to the lead, or regain the lead rather, and on the extra point by Edwards, Osage now back on top by a score of 14-7. We will be right back. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes,
increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
If you're looking for a new Tri-Tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K Tri-Tune at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K Tri-Tunes. For sales, service, and parts,
our family's here to serve you.
Back here on Lake TV, I'm William Holtz, joined by Chase Elliott and Deborah Wolf here in Osage Beach, Missouri, where the Osage Indians, they lead by a score of 14-7 here on Lake TV's Week 1 coverage of Friday Night Lights Game of the Week. Edwards now set to kick, 45 seconds left here in the first half. It's a squib, that takes a good hop. Handled there. Oh boy, good return yardage. Up to the 33-yard line on the Travion Vaughn. Push backwards, and Fulton will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Just one timeout and 37 seconds to work with here for Fulton, so we'll see what Pat Kelly elects to do. Like I said, stay tuned. Following the first half of play, we'll have your Poly Lift Boat Lifts halftime show right here on Lake TV.
At their own 33-yard line.
And here's the give to Ahmad Davis. He's going to outrun Jacob Mason to the edge, and no, sir, he's not. Jacob Mason makes a great play and limits Davis to just a 1-yard gain. That's Mason's 6th tackle of the night, 3 of those going for a loss. And it looks like Fulton will probably be happy to just let the clock run out here.
Caleb Warren's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
So they're going to try to run another play now. Masick out of the shotgun. And they won't run a play. So after 1/2 of play from Osage Beach, Missouri, the Indians of Osage lead by a score of 14-7 over the Fulton Hornets. This has been your first half of play on Lake TV. We will be right back with the Polylift Boat Lift halftime show after this.
It's a new look,
A new location.
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home.
And discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family owned. Rick Ball, Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
2 for 2 last.
They would be a great way to end a pretty tough first half.
Very competitive first half, going at it back and forth, and we had an individual, Jason Edwards, throw a ball to Dre Gaines, and they just went up and got it. Sometimes it's not about the play calling, it's about the in the play on the field.
Well, that has a lot to do with morale, too, because I would think in this intense a game, you've got to, that's morale's everything, and you'll be talking about that in the locker room, I'm sure.
Well, there's a lot of good things to talk about. We moved the ball well. We turned it over 3 times in a row to start the game. You can't do that and expect to be up by much at halftime. So we're lucky to be in the position we're in, and hopefully we can build in this second half.
A few injuries in the first half, but everyone's back out on the field so far?
Yeah, just some bangs and bruises. I mean, it just kind of goes with the game, but everyone seems to be fine ready to go for the second half.
We'll let you get back to your team. Thanks for talking with us. And we'll go back to the booth. Good news from Coach Johnson down here at halftime at the Osage Indians game versus the Fulton Hornets. We'll go back to the booth for your halftime with William Holtz.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Lake Regional Health System, IV, Polylift Boat Lift, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, Advantage Marine, YC Power Sports, JJ Twigs.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
Polylift Boat Lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
He cuts back across and look at him go. And from 77 yards out, here he goes across midfield. Into the end zone, touchdown Carter Williams. Here's the inside give, and fumble. Lakers recover, and I will tell you what.
High school football. See it live on Lake TV every Friday night. Pre-game show starts at 6:40. Kickoff at 7 on Charter Channel 197, Como Connect Channel 90, and streaming live on MyLakeTV.com. Lake TV, your Friday night site for high school football.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach and, coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at YCPowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
JJ Twigs, pizza and crust.
It's the lake's favorite family restaurant where past meets present. We're famous for our fresh homemade pizza, our fall-off-the-bone ribs, and our lunch buffet till 2:30 Monday through Friday. We're also famous for all the fun stuff plastered all over the walls, the game room for the kids, and those crazy antler chandeliers. JJ Twigs, the place where family and friends meet for good times and great food. And for lake nightlife, you can't beat Risky's, where friends mingle and new friends meet. Happy hours from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. There's live music Thursdays starting at 6 and live karaoke Friday and Saturdays starring you. And be sure to stop by JJ Twig's new location on Osage Beach Parkway for more good food and more good times. You can't beat the neighborhood atmosphere and the barbecue. JJ Twigs for family fun, lake nightlife, and the new Twigs on the Parkway.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger's Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1952.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are farmers.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
It's time for the Polylift halftime show. If you want the best lift on the market, then go with Polylift. Now to the booth with William and Chase.
Back here on LakeTV, and it's your Polylift Boat Lift halftime show. William Holtz joined by Chase Elliott with LakeTV, and after one half of play, Osage Indians find themselves up 14-7. Now, if you watched early on in the ball game, you would have seen 3 turnovers in the first 7 minutes of play by Osage, and you would have thought with that being the case, Fulton jumps all over them and has a big lead early. Well, not so fast. Osage defense holds tall, and they actually get the first score of the day. Very, very impressive play as Mr. Riley founds the house from over 20 yards out. And then just before the break, Jason Edwards, after the score was knotted up, it was Jason Edwards on a trick play. It was an end-around pass, and he found his man Drake Gaines for 37 yards for a touchdown. On both plays that we've seen Drake Gaines make on that last possession. On 3rd and 12, he came back and made a nice reception for over 20 yards, and that was a play that it was underthrown. Drake came back, made a great play on the ball. Now, early they tried that end-of-round trick play where it was a pass by Jason Edwards. First time Jason Edwards had no business throwing the football. He did interception by Mr. Galbraith. Second time really didn't have any business throwing the football. Did a great job to extend the play. He eludes a couple of would-be sackers and just airs it out. And a lot of times, especially in a 3rd and long situation with the half narrowing down, you want to give your receiver a chance. Exactly what he did. He threw it up there, and as soon as he threw it up, you saw the defender and him battling hands, and you kind of got nervous. Will this be the 4th Osage Indian turnover? But it was Gaines who wrestled it away, made a great play, puts the Indians up 14-7. Of course, Fulton got their score on a nice 7-yard play from Devin Masick. He threw a touchdown pass to Galbraith in the flat, and that was a really nice play, tying it up, and you look like, okay, looks like we may go into the break with a tie. But, of course, as we talked about, Osage did a nice job. A couple of big plays to Gaines, and so far you haven't seen a whole lot of penalties, although we did get a little sloppy with a couple of false starts and a couple of offsides there. but really for the most part a fairly clean game penalty-wise. What I've been surprised about, you've seen the 3 turnovers by Osage, and twice for Fulton, you've seen the ball hit the turf on a situation or a play where someone wasn't ready. Luckily for them, they've been able to recover and avoid any would-be disastrous plays. So right now you got 6 minutes left in your halftime break. Both teams got to come back out. Osage will be kicking to Fulton to start the second half, and I guarantee you right now, Coach Pat Kelly in the locker room telling his team, hey guys, this first drive out of the break is big because Osage has all the momentum. They got the touchdown before the break. They're at home. It's week 1. The crowd's pumped. They just saw the halftime show with the band, the dancers, the cheerleaders. And so Coach Kelly knows you're on the road in this environment week 1. You're down 7. You have to come out and you have to put together a nice long drive. As far as numbers in the first half, both quarterbacks surprisingly have tried 16 passes. Basics completed 10 out of 16 for 95 yards. Wheelers completed 9 out of 16 for 77 yards. So both quarterbacks throwing a lot here in the early going. Both on pace the top 30 pass attempts, which is kind of unusual at this level, but not when you're talking about Coach Johnson and Coach Pat Kelly. So that is how the first half goes. We're going to wrap up the Polylift halftime show when we come back on Lake TV after this.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a Polylift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
See if I got... Back here on Lake TV, this is your Polylift Boatless halftime show. And the Osage Indians lead by a score of 14-7, just minutes away from starting the second half of play. And a couple of things I want to look for here in the second half. Obviously, Osage did a nice job of cleaning up the turnovers. After the early turnovers, they did not turn the ball over. They did get close to flirting with disaster, but were able to avoid any big-time boneheaded plays after those 3 turnovers. The one thing you saw was that 4th down conversion, but really that took a perfect pass and a great catch. Nothing you can do about that as the coverage was good by Jason Edwards on the play. So I look for Osage to not turn the ball over, and also I look for them to be a little more sound off the line of scrimmage. They've been a little jumpy. You've seen them jump a couple of times, and you've seen a couple of false starts. And so I look for Osage to kind of clean it up in that aspect a little bit. And as far as Fulton's concerned, Osage has done a wonderful, wonderful job of containing Devin Masick. He came into the ballgame as one of the bigger name players in high school football at this level across the entire state of Missouri. A lot of people are talking he's going to be an all-state selection. College is looking at him. He's got a lot of big-time guys after him. And, of course, you know, we talked with Chris Wagner earlier as we'll switch down to Ashley's camera here. Look, Gary... Oh, he tried a long one from 25 yards out. Falls just a little short and a little left. So 25-yard attempt, no good. Thanks to Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance for sponsoring our 50-50 halftime field goal kick. Chris Wagner loves the community.
Well, I tell you, it looks like it's about to start raining here on the field.
Yeah, as we're here on the Lake TV stand on top of the press box, and it is starting to rain just slightly. Of course, I'm trying to get some scores for you guys. We talked about the scores earlier, or the matchups earlier. Eldon and Boothville, Versailles at Knob-Noster, Camdenton at Hillcrest, and California at Monette. And I'll tell you, Camdenton should get off to a good start down there at Hillcrest. Really struggling. Coach John Beckham with Hillcrest down there in Springfield. They've really struggled to get things going last few seasons. And then another thing I look for is California at Monette. That should be a good one because although Monette's a powerhouse, I don't think there's a team in the Tri-County Conference that returns as many big-name starters as the Pintos do this season. We'll have them next week on Lake TV as they play host to Mexico in their home opener. That should be a good one. Of course, same weekend as the annual Lake of the Ozarks shootout. That'll be a good one as well. So we will have the second half of play on Lake TV. It is Fulton It is Osage. Your score 14-7 Osage. This has been your Polylift Boat Lifts halftime show on Lake TV. We'll be right back with the second half of play after this.
We'll save you money and hassles at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln.
The best customer service, and we'll give you the most bang for your hard-earned buck.
Our family way of doing business will win you over and have you coming back.
Rick Ball Ford and Lincoln in Sedalia.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
If you're looking for a new tri-tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K tri-tune.
at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem.
No matter how big! And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K tri-tunes. For sale, service, and parts.
Our family's here to serve you.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at ycpowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
JJ Twins, pizza and fun.
It's the lake's favorite family restaurant, where past meets present. We're famous for our fresh homemade pizza, our fall-off-the-bone ribs, and our lunch buffet till 2:30 Monday through Friday. We're also famous for all the fun stuff plastered all over the walls, the game room for the kids, and those crazy antler chandeliers. JJ Twigs, the place where family and friends meet for good times and great food. And for lake nightlife, you can't beat Risky's, where friends mingle and new friends meet. Happy hours from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. There's live music Thursday starting at 6 and live karaoke Friday and Saturdays starring you. And be sure to stop by JJ Twigs' new location on Osage Beach Parkway for more good food and more good times. You can't beat the neighborhood atmosphere and the barbecue. JJ Twigs for family fun, lake nightlife, and the new Twigs on the Parkway.
Back here on Lake TV, I'm William Holtz, joined by Chase Elliott. We are just moments away from starting the second half of play, and Osage with the 14-7 lead, as you heard or have seen up to this point in time. But Fulton's going to get the ball to start the second half here. It is obviously a big possession for the Fulton Hornets, because when you're on the road, we talked about it in the halftime show, when you're on the road and you have the crowd behind the home team, they've got all the momentum, you could really put a damper in their sail and suck the wind right out of it if you come out and you put together a lackadaisical, time-consuming drive and you're able to put points on the board. But now if Fulton comes right out and they either turn the ball over, they have a quick 3-and-out, and Osage is able to score, look for this place to go crazy, and then look for that momentum to carry over. And at that point in time, I'd say it'd be all over. But it all really rides on this first drive, and you don't want to put too much emphasis on one drive this early in a football game. But I've seen a lot of high school football games, and there's not many possessions that are as important as the one coming out of the halftime break. It always seems to really be indicative of what's going to happen the rest of the game. So if you're Osage, you certainly want to get a 3-and-out. If you're Fulton, you want to extend the drive, you want to move the sticks, and you want to try to put yourself in a position to get some points. I look for them to do that with Devin Masick, their quarterback, all-conference, all-district a year ago. He was fairly quiet in the first half. He did throw 16 passes, completing 10 of those, and ran a couple of times, but he didn't really look like himself. A couple of his incompletions he did himself, but he also was rushed, and to that we give the credit to the Osage defensive line in second level for the coverage. And Jacob Mason, a kid we talked about in the first half, the kid finished the first half 8 tackles, 3 for a loss, and he was also in on a pass breakup as well. And those stats are staggering, especially considering he missed nearly a whole quarter because he was being evaluated on the sideline. So without further ado, we'll start the third quarter of play. Jason Edwards plays kicker for the Indians. He looks to tee it up. He does at the 40-yard line and back to receive. You've got Davis and you've got Vaughn for Fulton. Couldn't ask for better weather. Is a little drizzly, but the temperature is ideal. Here's Edwards. End over end kick. Beautiful boot. That pushes him back. That takes a great bounce. Fielded there by Vaughn at the 1. He's got some work to do. He does across the 20. Now outside across the 30. He's pushed outside and out of bounds to the 38-yard line by Ian Riley. And that was a beautiful play by LaTravion Vaughn because he fielded that on his own 1-yard line before taking it 35 yards out to the 36-yard line.
I tell you, we saw a good play by Vaughn in the first half of the game, and he's a pretty big guy. It looks like it took probably 4 or 5 guys to take him down.
Yeah, big athletic stuff.
Pretty speedy too.
Very, very quick. So now 1st and 10 out of the shotgun, as you're accustomed to seeing. The give is to Davis now, and he is taken down in the backfield. Taken down, and guess who?
Davis, the ball carrier.
That's number 50. We've called his name's Derek Puckett a couple times already tonight.
Loss of 2 brings up a 2nd down in 12.
We are 2 in 12. 11 minutes and just shy of 20 seconds left. There's a snap. Looks like
in the backfield.
Guess who? It's Jacob Mason with another tackle for a loss. That's his 4th of the game, and that's his first quarterback sack he's been credited. Although he did get Mason earlier in the backfield, that was on a designed quarterback run. So that is ruled a tackle for a loss. But the young man now 9 tackles, 4 for a loss, including a quarterback sack, and he is filling up the stat sheet. 3rd and 16 now, 10:40 left here in the third quarter. Out of the shotgun is Masick. And it looks like we're going to have a false start. Jumping early, that's number 16, Isaac Franklin, the big wide receiver we saw make a nice catch earlier in the ball game. That's going to back the Hornets up. So we were talking about just that, this possession being so crucial for Fulton. You got to come out, you got to control the tempo, and you got to tire down the Osage defense. A quarterback sack and a penalty is certainly not the way you want to start the half, and they're now faced with a 3rd and 21 from their own 25-yard line. Masick now into the slot. He's got his man, Fleetwood, and he's got minimal yardage. He's got about 12 yards on 3rd and 21. That's fine. That'll bring up 4th down and 10. Fleetwood drags down at the 36-yard line. So 4th and 10 now. For Fulton, we'll look for them to punt. And I'll tell you what, this was a play recognized by the Osage coaching staff, not by the Osage players on the field, because there was 5 wide receivers lined up as gunners for the punt formation, but we saw it earlier. Masick very aware. No one was covering Galbraith in the slot. Masick snaps the ball, waits for him to get open, throws about a 10-yard pass downfield. Nice job by Galbraith to hold on. So for the 2nd time today, Fulton able to capitalize on a 4th and long. Now looking deep and overshot his receiver, and you're going to see a flag thrown by the far sideline. This is an uncatchable pass. Should not have a pass interference. Okay, it's going to be an illegal contact because that is allowed.
Official signal is pass interference.
That's a terrible call. You can't have pass interference on a ball that's not catchable. You can't have illegal contact. That's not up for discussion, but on a pass interference, the ball has to be catchable. And the wide receiver, LaTravion Vaughn, had given up on that one 10 yards before the play was over. It was that far overthrown. So for the 2nd time tonight, Osage fall victim to a terrible job of officiating, in my opinion. And that'll bring up 1st down and 10. Ball at the 37-yard line. Out of the shotguns, Masick. He gives it to Davis. He gets past the first here, trying to get outside. Now he does. He's outside across the 30 down to the 28, but we're going to have an illegal block in the back against Fulton, and this one will come back.
There's a penalty marker on the play. Initial signal is holding against the Hornets.
Yeah, they're going to get him for a hold. I also saw an illegal block in the back in the middle, as it looked like for Fulton, number 79, Dylan Van Neville. He pushed Jacob Mason to the turf, just got behind him and pushed him. That's not allowed at any level. Also had a hold somewhere in there, so this will back Fulton up.
A 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So it's a spot foul. That'll bring up
remains first down.
First down and 20. Give a shout out to the ever-talented Lake TV crew. Ricky Smith running your field camera. Deborah Wolf, your sideline reporter for Lake TV for our crew. Top, our assistant executive producer running camera on top of the booth, Ashley Davis. Finish the reel here in just a second. Now, 1st and 20. Masick out of the shotgun. Plants down, throws there, and he's got his man, Lucas Gray, in the flat. He's got a couple yards. We're going to give him about 6. Also, after Ashley Davis, who is our assistant executive producer for football, you've got our statistician and assistant, Steve Hogg Wickham, joining us up here. Also got a production assistant and overall runner for us, Ross Reinhardt, helping us out. Got my color guy, Chase Elliott, William Holtz doing play-by-play, and then you've got our chief engineer, Andrew Evans, doing the switching and running the show. Out of the shotgun now is Masick. Rolls to his right, under pressure, avoids Mason, now throws and overshoots his man, incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 15.
Isaac Franklin is incomplete. Max Maples on the coverage for Osage. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 15.
Really been impressed with Osage as far as their pursuit of Masick tonight. The potential all-state player, very hard to corral, and Osage done a nice job containing him. Here's the delayed draw now. Davis, the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Indians with the fumble recovery, James McCann. And the Indians have their first takeaway of the day, or second takeaway of the day. So 1st down and 10, Osage at their own 40-yard line, and that is exactly what they wanted to see after the Fulton Hornets were moving into Osage territory. I don't know who poked that one clean, partner, but somebody got their mitt in there and just swiped that away from the ball carrier because no one was really trying to tackle him. That ball just got punched out of there. 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun now, Wheeler. Pump fake now, airs it out, underthrows. That's going to be intercepted. Alec Fleetwood takes it right back after Osage gets the turnover. 1st and 10, Fulton, their own 39-yard line, and that was badly underthrown by Wheeler. Obviously, not a best showing from Wheeler, but young man, very talented. Just can credit that to being early in the year. Once this young man gets warmed up and starts hurling it, there is few, if any, quarterbacks at this level that are as lethal as he is. So 1st and 10 now. Fulton gets the ball right back. Masick out of the shotgun. Osage jumps. So this is getting all kinds of sloppy here. Turnovers left and right. Penalties right and left. The rain comes. The rain goes. I don't know. Does anybody know?
I tell you, Osage seems like they can't stay on their side of the scrimmage line here in this game. We had a few yellow flags here at the beginning of the 1st quarter.
Out of the shotgun now. Masick hands it off to Davis. Outside, he's got some room. Rumbling across midfield into the 48-yard line into Osage territory. That's Ahmad Davis, the tailback for Fulton. He's a bruiser. I do not want to put my shoulders down against that guy and let him run me over. Although if you ask my buddy and Lake TV production assistant Ross Reinhardt, he would tell you I am a force to be reckoned with myself. Okay, maybe that's my own words. Out of the shotgun now, Masick. Tucks, he's got the read option. He gives it out to Davis, who's pushed outside. Guess who? It's number 12, Ian Riley. The Riley boy's been all over the field, whether it's Nick, Dylan, or Ian. These Riley boys are everywhere.
No gain on the play.
So 2nd down and 10 now. 8:53 left in the 3rd quarter. 14-7, still your score. Masick, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. He airs it out, looking for Fleetwood down the far sideline. Fleetwood hauls it in and makes an incredible catch. A better throw down to the 14-yard line. That's good for 37 yards and a Fulton first down. And that, my friends, is the Devin Masick that came in so highly touted coming into this ball game.
And I tell you, that was a beautiful slide, too.
First down and 10 at the Indian 15-yard line.
Yeah, I put that one right in there and
definitely
made a nice grab, which he ended up having to slide at the very end of. But nice job by the Hornets, and that was just a beautiful ball put on Fleetwood by Devin Masick. 1st and 10. Ball at the Osage 15. Here's the inside give to Davis. He cuts across and taken down by Jacob Mason, the first Indian there. That's Mason's 10th tackle of the night.
Ball carrier. We're down by Jacob Mason.
8:20 left. We don't have a lot of noise here. This Osage crowd historically is more quiet than most high school crowds. A little more conservative maybe. Student section even rather quiet thus far tonight. 2nd and 9. Masick out of the shotgun. He takes the snap. Now he looks over the middle, airs it out right, looking for his target. Big target, touchdown. That's his man, Matthew Kinnison. Sorry, Isaac Franklin. That's his second catch of the night. This one good for a 14-yard touchdown. And it looks like Devin Masick starting to heat up. Really put that in a good position for his big target, Isaac Franklin, to just go up and grab it. Franklin did so, and the Osage defender really caught in a bad position there. So 14-13, 7:56 left in the third quarter. Jacob Kern in to attempt the extra point. Masick the hold. It's down. The extra point is up. And it's good for Kern. So Fulton, they tie the score 14-14, 7:56 left in the third quarter of play. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Lake Regional Health System, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, Advantage Marine, YC Power Sports, JJ Twigs.
I'm open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
We are farmers.
Of course. Back here on Lake TV, and that was a 6-play drive covering 61 yards, capped off by the 14-yard touchdown from Masick to Franklin. And I'll tell you what, a couple of really good-looking receivers out there for Fulton. Not just because they're making plays, but you look at a receiver and you want a receiver build, and a lot of times small guys are good, but both Franklin and Galbraith both have that look to them like they mean business. They can go up and make a play. You see, there we are from the field camera. Give a little love. We get excited here at Lake TV for high school football. I have been preparing for this day since last year ended. The day after, I started to count down the days, and well, like I said, the wait is over, and here we are. 14-14 your score, 7:56 left in the third quarter. I'm William Holtz alongside Chase Elliott at Osage Beach, Missouri, where the Indians and Hornets are tied in Week 1 coverage of high school football on Lake TV. Gary Pinkel spotted here at the Osage game, former head coach of the Missouri Tigers, and really Mr. Missouri, a lot of people consider him. He's on hand tonight. His stepdaughter dances on the dance squad here at Osage. There's a little squib now. That one's going to go out of bounds, illegal procedure. Osage will get outstanding field position. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. At the high school level, 35, I believe 40 in the NFL. Interesting to see the way the rules and regulations vary all the way from Pee Wee all the way up to the NFL. Obviously, different level of play, different specimens of athletes, so take all that into consideration. As much heat is on football in today's day and age with the concussion protocol, you still got to appreciate the heads-up program implemented by Roger Goodell, as safety is #1 across the board, and we have seen so many devastating injuries at all sports, but especially when it comes to football. And with the medical and scientific advances, we're starting to see more and more head trauma from football. Here's the sweep outside now. Dylan Brown keeps his head up about 3 yards. You hear the coaches screaming to the left, keep your head up. And you don't come down against the game of football, because it's not the game of football that gets people injured so frequently. It's form on tackling, and it's stuff like that. And so what you see now is heads up. They want them to keep their head up as often as possible. You don't lower your head, and that greatly lowers the risk of injuries to the neck, the spinal cord, and obviously the head region. And we will have, to end the third quarter, we will have Lake TV's Ross Reinhardt on set. He is going to talk a little bit about the heads-up program, as he coaches football and has coached Pee Wee football and younger kids football for a long time. And he's going to fill us in on a little bit about some of the changes with the heads-up. Now on 3rd and 2, Dylan Brown gets the snap or the carry, and he's going to get 4 yards, and that's an Indian first down. So nice job by the Indians. Quick snap, quick run, and that's a first down on the legs of Dylan Brown.
First and 10 for the Indians. At their own 47-yard line.
Wheeler now into the flat. He's got Edwards, who stops there, cuts across, and he's got good yardage before being thrown down at the 40-yard line. That's 12 yards and another Indian first down. We're going to give him actually 13 on the play. Great pass and great job by Edwards to get the extra yardage.
I tell you what, that was an aggressive throw down right there, Will.
So 6:45 left in the third quarter. Under center now is Wheeler. He's going to give it off to Riley. The ball's on the turf, luckily for the Indians. One of the linemen saw it early and fell on it, and that would have been disastrous. Indians able to avoid their 5th turnover of the night, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. We saw that hit the turf, and both Steve and Ross and I up here both all gasped for air. We do not want to see another Osage turnover. Under center now, Wheeler gives it to Riley, puts his momentum forward, and he barrels forward, rumbling all the way down to about the 31-yard line. They're going to give him 8, maybe 9. We'll say 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Pick up of 8, brings up a 3rd down and 2.
Steve, you were telling me that Osage started 1 for 7. Since then, they're 3 of their last 4 on 3rd down conversions. Make it 4 out of 5, and there's Riley outside. He gets through the first wave of deep hitters, and from 32 yards out, Dylan Riley has his 2nd touchdown of the season, 2nd touchdown of the game, and the Osage Indians regain their lead for the 3rd time tonight. They now lead by a score of 20-14. Boy, that just looked like it was going to be a little run up the middle, get a couple of yards, and then out of nowhere, you see Dylan Riley pulls away from the pile, makes the last defender miss, and he's off to the races. Edwards now, the extra point, the kick is up, the kick is good, and the Indians lead by a score of 21-14, 5:40 left in your third quarter of play. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford, Lincoln, and Sedalia.
Back here on Lake TV following the Osage score. I'm William Holtz, now joined by Ross Reinhardt. Ross, what's going on, man?
Great game to be up here watching.
Yeah, certainly so far a lot of turnovers, a lot of scores, and a lot of sudden changes of momentum. And Ross, we're bringing you on because we were talking about the Heads Up initiative. Talk a little bit about what you do with the Pee Wee football.
Well, I have been a NFL USA football coach for flag football for 6 years in the area, just coaching youth flag football. And then I've also been coaching some youth tackle, 5th and 6th grade stuff, and they've really changed a lot this year with the Heads Up programs. They're training the coaches and other people within the organizations to make sure that everybody they're ready for the heat, prepared, properly hydrated. They're also teaching better tackling, better running, keep the heads up, keep the concussions down, and then proper concussion protocol to make sure that coaches know what a concussion looks like at that youth level to try to keep them from getting hurt further.
Right, absolutely. And it makes a big difference because, you know, when you're a young kid and you're seeing the big guys play and you see a bone-rattling hit, you want to do that. Meanwhile, Masick, the carry's got on 5. But back to what we were talking about, you see a big play, you want to lay the wood. I mean, you want to hurt somebody. That's part of football. But you want to do so in a way that's not going to get anyone hurt, and that starts with keeping your head up and sound tackling.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is absolutely the biggest thing that those youth come out here to see is the big hits, and they love seeing that type of thing, and then they want to go mimic it in their game, and doing it properly is one of the big keys to USA football this year to make sure they're doing it the right way.
Masick now being flushed out of the pocket into the flat. He's got his man. That's a great play right there, and that's LaTravion Vaughn with the big play up to about the 49-yard line. We're going to give him 10 yards and a first down. And with that, Ross, you do see a lot less injuries as far as ones that are more severe because kids aren't getting sent back into the game with concussions because now they know, like you said, they're doing screenings before. I know at the high school level with Lake Regional Health System and their trainers, they're doing screenings before so they can see what player's baseline is prior to an injury. And then if that baseline changes, there could be something wrong and they can identify that. And like you said, then they can prevent them from injuring themselves further. And I will say, this really started with Ron Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, and he has really caught a lot of grief from some of the things that have taken place in his tenure. But whether you like the man or not, the Heads Up program is something you've really got to applaud him for.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of people that think that some of the safety measures he's taken have taken some of the fun and excitement out of the game. It is about getting players to be able to play their career and still be able to do something after their career is over, not ending a career early, things of that nature.
Speaking of ending a career early, see a helmet fly off, you always go little gasp of air, and that's the second or third time we've seen Davis's helmet pop off. He must not use a mouth strap or chin strap to keep his helmet on. That can't be safe.
Yeah, it's interesting when you see that because as soon as the helmet comes off, it's a requirement that they have to come out for a play. So when it's a big player like that loses their helmet, go sit out for a play, it could be a big move.
So that is another thing that Ross brings to the table joining the LakeTV crew this year is his knowledge. See, I didn't realize, though, the helmet comes off, you're forced to come out of play.
Yes.
Wow. So on 3rd and 7, pass into the flat, and Edwards in on the play, along with number 24, Max Maples, once again for the Indians. That'll bring up 4th down. So I mean, the thing then, I mean, late in the ball game, you've got 3rd and 7, and you throw a screen to your running back, and he gets tackled in the backfield, and his helmet comes off. You're faced with 4th and 8, 4th and 9 as the clock's running. He's got to come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that could be a game changer.
It could, absolutely. It's one of the important pieces of making sure that all the equipment and stuff is done properly.
Galbers punt now at the 13-yard line of Osage. Down by Galbers, so another good punt by Masick. Well, Ross, wanted to bring you on, talk a little bit about that. Also talk about what you're coaching currently this or the upcoming season, what ages you'll be doing, and how forward you're looking to that.
Yeah, so exciting. This will be my 5th year coaching 5th and 6th grade youth tackle. So we'll be in the 12, 13 year age brackets. And so exciting to get those kids in there and teach them how to play properly so that when they do hit this high school level, they're doing things right. And I've actually got kids that are on the Osage high school team and the Camdenton Lakers high school team that I coached 5 years ago that are now playing for the high school team. So it's super exciting to see those guys grow up like that.
And then as a coach, and you especially are one of the more selfless people I know. Now Riley, meanwhile, has a big run across the 30. Galbraith tries to catch him. He won't. Across midfield, down about the 45-yard line. And Nick Riley down to the 45-yard line. He has 42 yards. Big-time run by the Indians. Big play. Sorry to cut you off, Ross. That was exciting.
Yeah, he hit the corner and turned the wheels on there.
Yeah, Nick Riley got a full head of steam, and he's a big kid, but boy, does he move well. Well, we're talking about, you're a very selfless guy, and when you're coaching, especially this level, it's about the kids. But you get to take some serious pride and got to really like to come to these games and see kids that you coached at a younger age now playing at this very competitive level.
That is what it's all about for me. I could care less if my team wins a single game the whole season. Obviously, we all want to win, but if they lose every game and every one of those kids continues to play football for their high school after they leave my teams, that's what it's all about. And I can honestly say in my 5 years of coaching, I've had 2 kids total in all of those teams that are not currently playing high school football. One of them was a female, and one of them left the district.
Wow, that's awesome.
Pretty proud of that stat for myself.
Absolutely, as you should be, having a hand in a lot of high school players' careers. And also, obviously, you stay healthy, you have a good time, you get to compete. But what it does for, individuals as a man growing up and then into their life, really that's where you see some crazy things. I have story after story over the last 6 year covering high school athletes of bonds and connections between players and coaches and how those last a lifetime.
Yeah, it's super exciting every time I walk into a school for any event. I've got 3 teenagers myself, high school all the way down to 5th and 6th, and every time I walk into one of the schools, it's just constantly, hey coach, hey coach, hey coach. Of course, I coach football, wrestling, baseball, all kinds of sports in that youth program. So it's an amazing feeling.
Well, Ross Osage now driving the ball. Another Riley run here. Oh, no, that's not good.
Another one on the ground.
And then it's fumbled by Wheeler. His knee gave out or his ankle gave out. He's hurt. Fumble recovery on the play. That's number 2, Ben Bader, the first time we've called his name tonight. So 5th Osage turnover, and Fulton has it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line, actually the 30. Well, Ross Reinhardt joining us on set. Ross, we certainly appreciate it. We're going to have you on all season long in different capacities, and we're going to call it Rolling with Ross. So for week 1's edition of Rolling with Ross, that's Ross Reinhardt. Thanks for coming on, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy. Ross be joining us all season long. He helps out with the Lake TV crew and very, very knowledgeable. Gets to coach all those kids up, and he knows the rules and he knows the game. So glad to have him join the Lake TV staff for 2016. Chase back with me now. Got a little spell. Chase, what's happening, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. Just enjoying the game.
And I am very sidetracked, pretty pumped. I just got gifted a sweet quarter zip pullover here from Accelerate Magazine. Sean Cooper about to join us on set, and I guess he wanted me to throw it on. I'm not going to wear it, but I'll show it to you guys. You get that at accelerateyourmag.com. Davis, now the ball carrier, gobbled up at the line of scrimmage, and guess who? Jacob Mason. Once again, he is not playing. Mason, his 12th tackle of the night, 4 of those for a loss, and as I'll continue to say, he also has a quarterback sack. Super pumped, because I'll tell you what, Sean Cooper has been promising me this pullover for literally 4 months now. Actually, no, it's been a year. I've been writing for Accelerate and helping out and partnering with that wonderful publication for over a year, and I'm finally getting my pullover.
Nice pullover.
Masick now on 3rd and short, puts his head down and rumbles forward. That's good for a Fulton first down. So 2:26 left here in the 3rd quarter. Big-time turnover there because the Indians had the ball deep in Fulton territory, and they were up a score already as this clock winds down in the 3rd quarter. So for Wheeler to fumble that ball and Fulton to get it, that was a godsend for Coach Kelly and his Hornets. So 2:12 left here in the 3rd quarter. Out of the shotgun, empty backfield's Masick. Takes the snap, looks to his right, now pressured out of the pocket. He's got to throw across his body and behind the intended target, Latravion Vaughn, but that ball went right through Vaughn's hands. He should have made the catch. You might credit the rainfall coming down. Could be a little moisture on the gloves and football and unable to haul that in, but
it looks like the QB was a little rushed there to me.
Yeah, he did get rushed. It was Derek Puckett applying the pressure, so the ball was a little behind him, but still, if you talk to Vaughn after the game, he certainly tells you that's a catch I have to make. Quarterback draw up the middle. Masick trying to get past the first line, and guess who? Austin Magnuson grabs him. We haven't called his name a whole lot. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Nick Riley on the stop for Osage.
Well, we saw Dylan Brown, we saw Austin Magnuson, and Zach Wheeler all shaken up at some point in time tonight. If Osage can get out of tonight's ball game unscathed injury-wise, you consider that an immense blessing, because some serious blows do some big-name players. Out of the pocket on 3rd and 7. Masick now looking for his man. Good throw. Good catch hauled in. Big-time play by Galbraith. Had him, and Galbraith, big-time receiver, goes up, makes the play.
It'll be 1st down and 10 for Fulton at the Osage 44-yard.
One thing I really like about this kid, Mekhi Galbraith, is at the high school level you so often see receivers and running backs let the ball hit them in the chest and it will ricochet. He goes after it with his hands, which is what you teach a receiver or anyone going after a football to do. Attack it out of the air with your hands, and Galbraith has done a very nice job of that tonight. Davis on the carry on 2nd and 10. He has 7 before being dragged down by Riley. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Brought down by Dylan Riley. Pick up a 7.
One nice thing about covering a team full of players with the same name, a lot of times, actually, I got a 30% chance with Osage to say Riley made the play, and I'm going to be right, because there's 3 Rileys on the field for this team, which is good for an unorganized, unprepared commentator like myself. Masick airing one out, looking for his man, and once again sliding was Fleetwood, this time unable to make the catch. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. 38 seconds left here in this 3rd quarter. After the 3rd quarter, we'll have 4th quarter to play, and to start that quarter, we'll have owner of Accelerate Magazine, Sean Cooper, joining us here on Lake TV set at Osage. Talk about some exciting things taking place within that incredible magazine. And we'll get to chat with him a little bit. So 3rd and 3 now. 39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun set here for Fulton. 3 wide receivers lined up bottom of your screen. Top of your screen, your lone receiver. That's Fleetwood. Masick on the option. Has his man Davis, and just lowering his shoulder on the play for Osage was, tell you what, DePay right there probably had the stop. They still stopped him a yard short, but he just lowered his shoulder and tried to run him over.
I tell you, I thought they had him there for a second, but he just kept busting through and got a few more yards in.
Still short. That'll bring up 4th down and 1. 10 seconds to go. Masick takes the snap, puts his head down, rumbles forward, and he's got a Fulton 1st down. So that's going to conclude our 3rd quarter of play. When we come back, Fulton has it 1st and 10 at the Osage 33. Your score, Osage 21, Fulton 14. You are listening and watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
If you're looking for a new Tri-Tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K Tri-Tune
at Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K Tri-Tunes. For sale, service, and parts,
our family's here to serve you.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
I know, man. You're all big time.
Look at this thing. I mean, look at this.
Well,
look
first of all, I got a disappointment. I don't have an X on it.
Back here on Lake TV, it's the Cat and I Joe. I'm William Holtz, joined by owner of Accelerate Magazine, Sean Cooper. My man, Sean, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Man, I'm just pumped. It's Friday Night Lights. They're back, and always an exciting time for anyone around high school athletics is in August when football season starts back up.
Well, you definitely got the best seat in the house, William. You know, I wouldn't expect anything less.
They put us up here, treat us real well here at Osage High School, and we're excited. Got a barn burner right now. Fulton knocking on the doorstep right now. 1st and 10 out of the shotgun is Masick. Sean, you're going to hang with us for a while.
All right.
Here as we call the game, we'll get to talk about a couple of things. Play action now, stepped up Masick. That's a wobbler. He's got his man, and incomplete. Going for it. I think that looked dangerous. Tell you what, LaTravion Vaughn looked like he mistimed that and jumped a little early. That falls harmlessly to the turf. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Now, Sean, my idea of bringing you on tonight, first football game of the season. I know we're probably getting close to a release date for this incredible publication, Accelerate Magazine. How much longer we got, my man?
William, we'll have it next weekend. We're going to have it next Friday, man, for the second season. For the second.
Awesome. And in the magazine, you got how many coverage schools are we up to?
We're at 7 right now. 7 schools, high schools, and 4 colleges.
It's awesome. Very, very cool. And you get schedules inside and tons of other stuff, Sean. We got a timeout here by Fulton, so we're going to hang right here with you. So many. I know people are watching and they're like, if you haven't heard of Accelerate, it's a glossy magazine, covers health, nutrition, wellness, and high school, college sports around the Lake area, mid-Missouri really. And so people here, they say, oh, another magazine. But wait, not so fast, because this is completely different. What makes this magazine different is we don't just have schedules, pictures, interviews, stuff like that. We have information that's beneficial for athletes and stuff like that. Talk about some of the stuff you guys are doing that's different.
What we're primarily focused on, William, is information, good quality information about health, wellness, nutrition, sports injury. You know, anything that we can actually get out there to the community and the athletes, you know. We've got doctors writing articles. We've got sports nutritionists writing articles. We've got college coaches writing articles. And it's really about anything from sleep to hydration to injury prevention.
Right, and we absolutely love that you guys are doing that. And just such good content that's in that magazine, such good information. We're excited for next weekend so we can get our hands on the newest edition. Oh, and that was deflected on 2nd and 10. Nice play. Did I want to mention the young man's name again? Jacob Mason breaks that pass up. The young man has 11 tackles, 4 for a loss, and a quarterback sack, and we just started the 4th quarter.
Pretty good game.
Pretty good ball game. One thing about Accelerate as well, a lot of the money from these magazines is going right back to these schools.
It is, William. What we're doing is we're donating 1,000 copies per school. What they're doing is sell them as a fundraiser at all the football games, volleyball games, all the sporting events for that matter. You know, the projections are, you know, to raise anywhere from $12,000, $15,000 a quarter for these schools that are participating.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. We got another flag here. Got some lightning as well. May have some rain here shortly. Now, Sean, so you know when you say you donate these magazines to the schools to be sold, I would assume then what? Do we profit share? No. You let the school keep every penny coming from these magazines they sell, correct?
That's correct, William. We just donate 1,000 copies each quarter to every school that's involved. So we'll end up putting about 7,000 copies in the hands of the schools come out first quarter.
That's awesome. So wonderful. And if you have not seen Accelerate yet, get excited because next weekend you're going to see the best issue we have released yet. And you can get this at all the coverage schools. And then also I know there's some retail markets as well.
Yes, we do. We have a few retailers out there that are carrying the magazine.
So on 3rd and 15, pressured was Masick. He throws out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th and 15. So where are these retailers we can pick it up at, Sean?
We have them at Hy-Vee. Some of the grocery stores, Woods is carrying the magazine. We've got them at Eagle Stops and a few other retail locations in the Lake area.
Awesome. So grab your copy of Accelerate Magazine. We're super excited about that, and we're not going to. Okay, so 4th and 15 now. Masick kind of looked around the putt inside the 5 and takes an Osage bounce into the end zone where we will have a touchback. So Osage gets it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. 11:34 left in the ball game. We will be right back on Lake TV after this.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you...
That's great. Look at that.
That's good stuff, man.
And there we go, a young man all the way across midfield. Nick Riley on the carry in the first play back from the break. Big time yardage as Nick Riley goes all the way down to the 47-yard line. We're going to give him 33 yards, and he's going to be getting very close to the century mark after that. Crew here preparing rather mightily for the rain as if it's going to come. We got to get ready. It's getting close. Here's Riley now, cuts inside across the 45 down to the 41-yard line. He's got 6, and Osage now moving the ball very, very steadily. Hey, Sean, if we want to, I said go to accelerateyourmag.com. Is that where I can buy one of these?
That's correct.
Awesome. Wonderful. Yeah, let me give one more look at, after this play, we'll come back and we'll give you guys one more look at this before we boot Sean out of here. So here is the handoff. Riley into the outside. He's got some good yardage across the 30. Tries to cut inside. Good blocking by Edwards across the 15, inside the 10, down to the 6. And as excited as I am, I think this one's coming all the way back. All right, so come on back to this camera angle. We're going to send a balloon across the field. A little gift for somebody. Check these babies out. If we can get the camera to come back here on top of the booth, we'll show you these sweet pullovers. Sean Cooper. See if we can get Andrew in the truck to give us a switch up here, top of the booth.
This signal is holding against the Indians. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Andrew Evans, our chief engineer in the truck, hopefully going to switch our camera angle back here top of the booth to Sean and I. Okay, we'll show you guys eventually, and if you can't see it, we may have technical issues on the camera, but we will have a picture of this sweet pullover on the LakeTV Facebook page this evening, so go check that out. So 2nd and 15 as the big one comes back from Riley. They're going to give it back to the young man again. He's got good yardage again across midfield. Back to the original line of scrimmage. So 10-18 now left in the ballgame. That's going to bring him a 3rd down and 9. As Ian Riley gets a few yards. Sean, any of the Lake area schools standing out to you in the early going so far through hanging out at practices and camps?
I think Osage.
Osage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one thing that I guess we were talking about the other day when we were hanging out at practice was just how sound they are tackling. I mean, that's one thing I've always noticed about Devin Johnson teams is they just don't typically allow a second chance as far as, you know, somebody else has to come make a play. Whoever's first to the ball carrier typically makes the play.
Well, I'm excited about the entire season, William. You know, there's a lot of teams that we're actually covering and featuring in the magazine, but, you know, Osage got it near and dear to my heart a little bit. You know, I've worked with these athletes that are juniors and seniors now for about 7 years. I mean, the first year they got in pads in 5th grade, you know, I was coaching these guys, and it's good to see them actually mature now, you know, as, you know, young men and, you know, great athletes.
And meanwhile, Nick Riley had 7 yards and a big-time first down for the Indians. They continue to move the sticks. So now we got, I want to show you guys this. You see Sean's shirt. You can buy those T-shirts at accelerateyourmag.com. But check this baby out. Quarter zip. This thing is sweet. Now, if you order it from anyone but Sean because it'll be a year before you get it. But he's got a big staff over there, and they're ready to hook you up. So go to Accelerate Your Mag and grab your pullover for this football season. Riley now head down again. He has pretty good yardage. We're going to give him 7. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 3. Sean, I'm going to get ready. We certainly appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you.
Hey, keep up the great work. Your magazine is doing big things, not just for these schools, but the information that they provide is invaluable. So thank you for what you do.
Thanks, William. Appreciate it.
Everyone, Sean Cooper, Accelerate Magazine. Now Chase going to join us back. Chase Elliott getting his first taste in the booth with high school football. Always nice getting to talk to Sean Cooper from Accelerate Magazine, and I mean it, folks. I am not just saying that because I write with that magazine. That is a very cool publication, and the fact that they give all that money back to the schools is just special because you don't see that very often in this industry. So after the Osage penalty, bring up 2nd down and 9, and Chase, quite a ball game. Still a one-score possession. Osage, of course, trying to extend their lead, but every time it looks like someone's going to put points on the board or do something, either a turnover, a penalty, or a big play, ends that.
Oh, you think so, wouldn't you, Will? And I got a weather update. Looks like we actually, there's a minor storm coming in, and it may just hit north of us, but we'll wait and see.
So that a weather update brought to you by our man Chase Elliott. Nick Riley once again. He has 11 yards on the carry down to the 21-yard line, and that's good for an Osage Indian first down with 8:30 left. And if they score here, Fulton's going to have to start thinking 2 possessions real quick. 8:27. A lot of extracurricular activity going around here in the ball field. Nick Riley with his head down. All the Hornets players trying to pull that ball out of there. And, of course, you know as a ball carrier playing high school football, at any point you got a hole in the football. But when you're leading and it's late in the game, you may hold on just a little bit tighter.
Definitely. Can't be losing those balls this late in the game, especially when you're behind, as Fulton is.
Never want to lose those.
Definitely.
Ever. First, 2nd and 6 now. 7:50 left here. 15 seconds on the play clock. Wheeler under center.
He's at a 2nd down and 6.
The give to Riley. Dylan Riley now keeps his head moving. He's all the way down to the 10. He's got 5 yards, and those were 5 very, very tough yards that he earned right there. So 7:33 left in the ballgame. Following the ball game tonight, we will have full game recap, stats, analysis, and much more. Nick Riley now, the carry. He takes it all the way down to about the 2-yard line. We had a flag come in late. Might have been unnecessary roughness against Fulton. We'll wait for the call. Face mask against the defense. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 1. So we'll see if the Indians can't punch into the end zone here and give themselves a 2-score lead with just around 7 minutes to go, which is actually a situation that, as a football fan, gets me excited, because when you have a team that's loaded with athletes such as Fulton, it makes it fun to see them have to really spread out their spread offense and really start to take some shots.
Oh, definitely. And I think they're going to try some new things if Osage does get this this last touchdown.
So, as you guys heard, got some storms close to the area. I think there's a down discrepancy right now, and they're discussing it. It should be automatic first down. Took it down to the 1-yard line, had a personal foul, face mask. Could be automatic first down from the 1. 1st and goal, that is. Boy, I will tell you, with the lull, I have got to give a shout out to our entire crew here, the LakeTV sports crew, getting today pulled off, because there was many of hiccups in today's operations, and the entire crew, all the way to our assistants coming in today from Ross Reinhardt and Steve Hogg Wickham, done a wonderful job helping us get ready to bring you this coverage of high school football. So 1st down and goal. Under center's Dylan Riley. And he delays his run, waits for the hole, and Dylan Riley scores his 3rd touchdown of the game. 27-14 Osage, 7:18 left, and 3 touchdowns for your first game of your senior campaign. You'll take that. I don't know about you guys, but I knew this was happening, and I happened to pick Dylan Riley up in the 1st round of the fantasy football draft a couple nights ago, because I knew this man was end zone hungry. And that drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, eating up about 3.5 minutes, capped off by the 1-yard touchdown run by Dylan Riley. That score summary brought to you by our official statistician, Steve Wickham, a.k.a. Hogg, my man, rocking and rolling here with 7:18 left in the ball game. Your score, Osage 28, Fulton 14. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
Chances Are Restaurant and Lounge in Laurie is a hometown favorite and has been since 1989. With generous portions, favorable pricing, and a familiar staff that treats you like family, going to Chances Are is a no-brainer. They're open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Come in on the weekends for the prime rib and all-you-can-eat shrimp. And on Saturday night, year-round, they feature live music with some of the area's hottest bands. And if you stay out too late on the weekend and need that late breakfast fix the next morning, come enjoy our all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet until noon on Saturdays and 1 on Sundays. Off Highway 5 in Laurie, come find out what makes us so special and...
If you're here once,
Chances are you'll be back! Mention this Chances Are commercial on Lake TV and receive $2 off the appetizer of your choice.
We'll save you money and hassles at Rick Ball Ford Lincoln.
The best customer service, and we'll give you the most bang for your hard-earned buck.
Our family way of doing business will win you over and have you coming back.
Rick Ball Ford and Lincoln in Sedalia.
Back here on Lake TV, what a showing for Dylan Riley, and then of course Nick Riley, the starting tailback who spelled Austin Magnuson with his injury. He is now over 200 yards rushing on the night. He has 22 carries for 200 yards, and he's found the end zone once. Incredible evening for the young man. Over 200 yards in your first game at tailback. Something very special. Jason Edwards now set to kick for the Indians. And it's squib. Nice bounce. Some good, good return. That's Vaughn once again, has it up to about the 38-yard line. For Fulton, that's where Devin Masick takes over. Now, as I was telling you, I get excited to see a guy like Devin Masick come out on the field down 2 scores with 7 minutes to go in the ballgame. Because when you've got Isaac Franklin and Mekhi Galbraith that you're throwing it to and you have a sense of urgency, could get real exciting real quick. We saw a lot of quick strikes from the Indian squad a couple of years ago when Austin Riley was throwing to Brent McLaughlin, Jake Ulmer. There's another all-state kid, Colin Samuelson. There's just kids all over the field. Justin Heiser, that team was stacked. Don't forget about Brad Russell. That team was special. Screen now and able to haul it in. That's Vaughn, surprised there. He got a little ahead of himself. He had some good blockers in front of him, and he would have went for some decent yardage, but Butterfingers via Vaughn.
Well, I tell you what, we have seen some pretty good stuff from Vaughn tonight, though, especially in the first half.
Yeah, some very, very good athletes for Fulton tonight, but I'll tell you what, they've also had quite a few drop passes. We've seen about 3 or 4 where their big playmakers just get ahead of themselves. They turn their head up a little early, looking to make something happen, and don't secure the catch. Now Davis, the quick give, riding him. There's another tackle for a loss by the Osage defense. This one coming by Derek Puckett. That's his second tackle for a loss. Well, I guess that's Ducky Dreyer. My fault. I have the wrong number, 50. And Ducky Dwyer's been all over the field tonight. He's had a few tackles for a loss, so he's had a pretty nice ball game up to this point in time. So 3rd down and 11. I just saw a lightning strike in the distance. Over to my left. We're going to get this one in for you guys. We certainly hope. 6:30 left in the game. Out of the shotguns, Masick. He takes the snap. Steps up. There's his man about midfield. Big-time wide receiver.
Pass complete to number 16, Isaac
Franklin again now. He just... Big target, little comeback route, soft coverage by Myers here, bottom of your screen, and just a quick little hitch. Runs about 6 yards downfield, stop, and looks like the Osage defense willing to give plays like that to the Fulton offense. 1st down and 10, ball spotted at the 48-yard line, now in Osage territory. Masick out of the shotgun, as we've seen all night. It looks like we might have a false start, as Masick did hesitate the snap, and one of his teammates got just a bit antsy.
We've seen this a few times throughout the night, too. The players getting a little bit ahead of themselves, it looks like.
Yeah, and, you know, we had talked about it a little earlier about jitters. And if you talk to Coach Pat Kelly, he's going to say, you know, as much as we struggled tonight, you really can't credit that to jitters. Outside, oh, very nearly making it up. Edwards finishes him off for about a 7-yard loss in the backfield. Galbraith trying to get outside, he couldn't. The first Indian on the play was Dupay. There, just couldn't make the stop. So 2nd down and 22 now after the loss of 7.
Second down and 22.
Fulton has themselves in a world of hurt. Really in need of a positive play here.
I tell you, Will, although we do have some jurors tonight, this is the first game of the season, so I hope to see them kind of get them out by the next couple games.
Without a doubt. There's Fleetwood with the reception. He's got about 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 14. Nice play there to get just a chunk of the yardage back. Third and 14. Masick bounces off his own guy. Throws it, looking for his man. Had 2 Fulton guys there fighting over the ball.
I tell you what, they
Fleetwood, and it's Galbraith. Fleetwood hauls it in inside the 5-yard line. That's a big play on 3rd and 14.
Dove right over the head. That could have been dangerous right there.
Big time play for Fulton, and just about time to look at Fulton's chances, down 2 scores, faced with 3rd and long on their own side of the field. Big play like that does wonders. That was good for 51 yards. Out of the shotgun, Masick. Fakes the inside give in the flat. He's got Fleetwood. Nice cutback after the reception. Touchdown, Fulton. And they made it a 1-possession ball game just like that. Nice job by Fleetwood on the quick pass into the flat. He stops on a dime, makes the first man miss, and then walks untouched into the end zone. And with 4:41 to go, we now have ourselves a 1-score ball game. On to attempt the extra point for Fulton. You got the place kicker, Jacob Kern. Masick the hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. And with 4:41, we have ourselves a barn burner here on Lake TV. It's 28 Osage, 21 Fulton. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV.
If you're looking for a new Tri-Tune, see me and take advantage of our price on a new Cypress K Tri-Tune.
At Advantage Marine.
Need service? We specialize in servicing these stern drives and Mercury outboards. Our factory-trained technicians can handle almost any problem, no matter how big.
And if you need parts, see me. With our huge inventory, I can help you find parts that are hard to find.
Take advantage of Advantage Marine's 50-plus years meeting your boating needs at the lake. See our lineup of new Cypress K Tri-Tunes. For sale, service, and parts,
our family's here to serve you.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, we're proud to support our local student athletes.
Increasing their safety so they can compete in the sports they love.
At Lake Regional Sports Medicine, keeping athletes safe and healthy is not just a job, it's a passion.
That's why Lake Regional offers 5 area locations for physical therapy.
And a team of physicians specialized in sports medicine.
Lake Regional Sports Medicine, here for you.
And we are back on Lake TV. William Holtz, Chase Elliott here as we reach the final minutes of the ball game, and it's a good one, folks. 4:41 left on the clock, and Osage holding a narrow advantage, 28-21, and they're set to get the football back. Jacob Kern, place kicker for Fulton. Look for something special here. Osage has 9 men up. And a little pooch kick. Fielded there by Riley, and he'll take a knee for the 13-yard line. Not really understand that play. I know you don't want to cause an injury, but he had 20 yards between him and the closest Fulton player. He could have ran up another 10 yards and taken a knee, and I never understand plays like that. I get playing it safe, but
Definitely. You think they'd, especially Fulton, take a few more chances, although they have kind of kicked it up here in the fourth quarter, it seems like. And they're getting a lot closer to Osage on the scoreboard.
So 28-21 now. Osage sees their lead back down to 7. The give to Dylan Riley. He's gobbled up in the backfield. That'll be about no gain, maybe even a loss of 1 for Osage. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Masick started a little bit shaky, but since then he's turned himself in a pretty good evening thus far. He's 24 of 33, 240 yards and a score. Wheeler now under center, now resets the play. 10 seconds on the play clock. He's got all the time he needs. Wheeler now rolls out, throws across his body into the flat. He's got Edwards, makes the first guy miss. Now back outside. He's got 1st down yardage up to the 35-yard line. That's good for 13 yards. And a 1st down for Osage, and they will reset the sticks, get a fresh set of downs, and they will look to burn some more clock here in the 4th quarter.
At the roll, 36-yard line.
Under center's Wheeler. The give to Riley. He has good lead blocking. There's got some room across midfield. Cuts back across. Hurls over a guy, and now we've got a flag thrown back towards the huddle. It's going to be a hold against the Indians, and this one's going to come all the way back. Was a run of about 27 yards, but it'll be all for none, and we'll come back and scoot the Indians back. Exactly what Fulton needed to see there, because that hold came in well after Riley had made the majority of his yardage. That flag was thrown. He was already across midfield and well on his way to making things happen when that block happened. Easy for us to stand up here. Easy for us to stand up here and say how frustrating that is and how do you block someone away from the play. But, I mean, who knows what happened right before that. And Ross Reinhardt just mentioned, I mean, and even bigger than the yardage here is the clock. It's a free timeout, essentially, for Fulton, as they're going to get all that time. It took about 30 seconds to redo the play, bring the ball back. That's 30 seconds. Fulton gets to rest. Under center now is Wheeler. Once again, he's got Gaines bottom of your screen. Here's the handoff to Riley. He's upended and taken down there. Good stop by Fulton. Now Fulton seems to be gaining a little momentum of their own. Bader with the stop for the Hornets. 3 minutes and change left here in the ball game. Osage has it 2nd and 9 at their own 37-yard line.
I think at this point, a little bit under 3 minutes left in the ball game. I mean, as close to the score is, it's a hard call. I think this could be anyone's ball game as long as Fulton kind of, can keep up the momentum they've been carrying so far in the 4th quarter.
So that's going to be a short gain there by Riley. 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Brought down by Alec Fleetwood. Pick up a 4. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Under center's Wheeler now takes this. Oh, no, he doesn't. We're going to have another penalty against Osage, and this gets the Fulton sideline riled up. It's going to be a 3rd and 10, 2:20 left. Fulton a chance to get their offense back out on the field if they can get a stop here. And after Masick's last possession, you really don't want to put that young man back on the field with a situation where you can either tie or win the game. You say win the game, what are you talking about? Well, they're down 7, but I've seen a lot of crazy things, and if I'm Fulton, and if you have the momentum after scoring 2 touchdowns and you can win with a 2-point conversion, you may roll the dice, although coaching like that could lead to a very short tenure wherever you're at.
Definitely.
3rd and 10 now. Wheeler rolls out, throws into the flat, too high for Drake Gaines, and that also stops the clock. 1:53 left. And Osage going to be forced to punt as they're backed up at their own 36-yard line. And you hate to second-guess Coach Johnson on that situation, but 3rd and 10, either force Fulton to use one of their timeouts and run the ball. And that really was a conservative call. You had your receiver run a 5-yard out into the flat thinking it's going to be good. But Wheeler was on the move. It's going to take a really good throw, and he's going to have to stay in bounds. So I'm not sure I like the call. 4th and 10 nonetheless, 1:53 left. Edwards now the punt. Wind kind of caught that one. Galbraith comes up. He fields it at the 38-39. around the yard line. That's where Fulton takes over. 1st and 10, their own 39-yard line, folks. You're a football fan, the stage is set. Fulton has a pair of their timeouts, down 7. Minute 47 seconds and 61 yards lie between them and the end zone and tying this ball game. What a close one we've got for week 1. I always love when we can bring our viewers a more exciting close game than a blowout, and boy, did we know how to pick them. 1st and 10, out of the shotguns, Masick. He's going to draw, quarterback draw up the middle, and he's off a would-be tackler and then taken down there. He's got 9 yards up to the 48-yard line, and big-time play by a big-time player, Devin Masick, the tuck and run for 9. Now he just runs this no-huddle offense, and now he's going to tuck, and there he goes. Masick gets outside. The tackle made on the outside after a couple of nice plays, and Masick really has been a mastermind of that tonight. Galbraith has the stop. Or sorry, Dupay has a stop. Galbraith out there blocking. Tell you what, just Masick is very heads up so far tonight. Your clock reads minute 18, minute 15. Masick out of the shotgun. Rolls. Sideline, he's got his man, and that's good for 6 yards. Would have been a lot more had Franklin had an opportunity to turn it up and go. Isaac Franklin has himself a pretty good ball game. That's got to be his 5th or 6th catch of the night. And gets out of bounds. Minute 8, the clock is stopped. Still a pair of timeouts for Coach Kelly and the Fulton offense. Out of the shotgun, as we're accustomed to seeing, is Masick. 3 wides, bottom of your screen. To the top. Masick stops, throws, looks far sideline. 1st down yardage. Going to the ground is Franklin. He's got the 1st down, and that's down to the 31-yard line. We'll give him 9 yards, and even bigger, the 1st down. I talked about it a little bit ago, partner. You put a kid like Devin Masick on the field, down 2, he's going to start airing it out, and that is exactly what he's done. 1st and 10 now. Flushed out of the pocket is Masick now. Tries to extend the play, throws across his body and throws out of bounds. Very wisely because Ian Riley was waiting. Whittle applying his pressure to the quarterback, and Osage now defensively have to hold their ground. Fulton on the other side of the ball. They have to find the end zone. They're down 7 points, 51 seconds remaining. Ball's at the 32-yard line of the Indians. Masick takes the snap. Has all day, now being flushed. Very nearly taken down. He avoids the would-be sacker. Throws, and he's got his man. Isaac Franklin down at the 14-yard line. Big-time play. They're going to spot him down to the 17-yard line. That's 15 yards and a Fulton 1st down. And I mean to tell you, Devin Masick is a big-time playmaker. He avoids 2 would-be sackers and puts an absolute strike on the hands of Isaac Franklin. I really didn't think he'd throw to Franklin. He had Galbraith in the flat with no one on him, but he took a chance through further downfield, and it pays huge dividends for the Fulton offense. They're in business. 1st and 10 at the Osage 17. Masick takes the snap, now rolls to his right, throws across his body into the end zone, intercepted. It's Riley, and there he goes. The All-Star has the game-sealing interception, and the Osage Indians look like they'll hold on after the late surge by the Fulton Hornets. And it's your player of the game, Nick Riley. Not only does he rush for 200 yards, he gets a game-sealing interception. And of all the great things that Devin Masick did tonight, that was certainly not one of them. I didn't see any Fulton player in the vicinity. Must have been a miscommunication. I didn't see any receiver slip. So with the ball game on the line, Masick trying to make too much happen, and it's the senior Nick Riley carrying his team on his back tonight. He's over 200 yards on the ground, as we told you earlier, and the interception there, and that all but seals it. Fulton does have 2 timeouts.
I'll tell you, that was quite the grab right there.
Take a couple of knees, and it's not going to matter. Fulton will call their timeouts and hope for some kind of crazy plays, guys. When we leave
or when the game finishes, do not leave. Lake TV will have our Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia post-game wrap-up show right here from high school. We'll talk with our player of the game, and we'll also recap some stats and talk about how Osage was able to start the year on the right foot with a big win over the Fulton Hornets. This will be the second consecutive year Osage able to handle Fulton. Last year Fulton pulled away late. First year in Devin Johnson's run here at Osage, he was able to get the win in week 1, but tonight Johnson back on the winning side of it. And stay tuned because we'll talk with Nick Riley, tonight's player of the game. So don't miss it. It'll be Nick Riley, your player of the game. We'll talk with him after this. 28 seconds left in the ball game. Osage a couple of knees away. Wheeler gets to finish the job at quarterback, rightfully so. He leads his team in his junior campaign. Week 1, he gets a W. Fulton burns their last time out. 25 seconds left. We're just one knee away. Now, before we go to our postgame show, a couple of people like to thank. Of course, like to thank Lake TV owners Matt Wamser and Brett Tentera for allowing Lake TV to broadcast high school football. I'd like to thank cooperation of Osage High School and all they did for us. And then, of course, our incredible staff. Our assistant executive producer, Ashley Davis, worked so tirelessly all week long to help get the week ready. Our switcher chief engineer, Andrew Evans, one of the brains behind the operation. I'm William Holtz, your executive producer, and I do your play-by-play. Our color commentator, Chase Elliott. Our field anchor correspondent, Deborah Wolf. Top camera, and also the assistant executive producer, Ashley Davis. Field and crowd camera, Ricky Smith. And then for our statistician, Steve Hogg Wickham. And our production assistant and overall wingman, you saw him, Ross Reinhardt on set. Also thanks Sean Cooper with Accelerate Magazine and Chris Wagner, Farmers Insurance, for coming on. Your final for week 1, Friday night's game of the week. The Osage Indians take care of business on their home turf. They defeat the Fulton Hornets by a score of 28-21. We'll be right back after this for your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln postgame show.
On the road, on the trail, or on the water, if you're looking for heart-pounding performance and fun, head for YC Power Sports in Osage Beach. The biggest and best brand names in the field, along with incredible selection and unrivaled service. Make this year at the lake the best it can be, with a visit to our showroom in Osage Beach, and coming soon, our new relocated showroom in Columbia. Take a look at YCPowersports.com too. Summer fun is just waiting for you at YC Power Sports in Osage Beach and Columbia.
Welcome to Burger's Smokehouse. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Burger's Smokehouse invites everyone to come and visit our unique visitor center. See all the amazing museum-quality displays highlighting the seasons of the Ozarks and learn about meat curing and the history of Burger's Smokehouse. Peruse our factory country store where we offer the largest selection of cured and smoked meats found anywhere. While you're here, grab a smoked meat sandwich and enjoy our video tour in the Good Old Days Theater to see how we produce our famous products. Our 4-generation family business has combined time-tested curing traditions with modern meat processing innovations to become the largest specialty cured and smoked meat processor in the nation. Burger Smokehouse is nestled deep in the rolling Ozark Hills near California, Missouri, just 20 miles north of Eldon on Highway 87. We're just a short drive from anywhere in the lake area. Just follow the road signs to Burger's Smokehouse. You can find our products in grocery stores throughout the lake area. Visit our website at smokehouse.com. Burger's Smokehouse, your trusted provider of cured and smoked meat since 1950.
JJ Twix, pizza and pub.
It's the lake's favorite family restaurant, where past meets present. We're famous for our fresh homemade pizza, our fall-off-the-bone ribs, and our lunch buffet till 2:30 Monday through Friday. We're also famous for all the fun stuff plastered all over the walls, the game room for the kids, and those crazy antler chandeliers. JJ Twigs, the place where family and friends meet for good times and great food. And for lake nightlife, you can't beat Risky's, where friends mingle and new friends meet. Happy hours from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. There's live music Thursday starting at 6 and live karaoke Friday and Saturday starring you. And be sure to stop by JJ Twigs' new location on Osage Beach Parkway for more good food and more good times. You can't beat the neighborhood atmosphere and the barbecue. JJ Twigs for family fun, lake nightlife, and the new Twigs on the Parkway.
Polylift boat lifts.
Your boat is a major investment. Make sure it sits on a poly lift.
When you need a boat lift to raise your boat out of the water, choose the one voted best boat lift at the lake. Choose Polylift. Any size, built with the best quality construction, a lifetime warranty on the tanks, and the service to stand behind it. We don't just build boat lifts, we build Polylifts.
We don't just build boat lifts, we build poly lifts.
Open. I'm Chris Wagner of Farmers Insurance. Not only do I have great hands, Farmers Insurance has great rates. So come see us in Lake Ozark because I want to be your insurance agent. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on LakeTV.
We are Farmers.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
It's time for the Rick Ball Ford Lincoln post-game show. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia, your one-stop shop for the most stylish set of new wheels. Back to the booth with William and Chase.
And we're back on Lake TV. It's your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia post-game wrap-up show on Lake TV. I'm William Holtz, joined by Chase Elliott. And Chase, it really looked like from the early going it was going to be Fulton's ball game. They were able to get 3 early takeaways, but it was the Osage defense. They started the game on the right foot as they were able to stop Fulton from getting any points off those 3 turnovers. And it was the Osage defense that sealed the deal on a Nick Riley interception, and they were able to burn the clock. And Osage held on by a score of 28-21. And last year we were in a similar situation. It was dead knotted 21 and a half before Fulton was able to pull away, and we had a close game and a half again. It was 14-7, and Fulton came and they tied it, and so there you look like, okay, we're going to go in another one. Well, Osage able to get a couple of scores back-to-back, and then it was Fulton trying to chip back. They got that touchdown, of course, by Masick. He found Galbraith in the end zone again, and it was 28-21. Osage then gave the ball back to Fulton, and they were driving, had a serious opportunity with under 30 seconds to go, and it was Masick who was picked off by Nick Riley. He's going to be our spotlight, or our player of the game, brought to you by Lake Regional Health System. We're going to have him on set in just a second. He'll be talking with Lake TV's Deborah Wolf. But of all the things that stood out to me tonight, I thought Osage did a nice job overcoming their errors as far as the turnovers and the penalties.
Definitely, yeah. They were, like we talked about earlier, they were really antsy. It seemed like, it was first game of the season. You can expect that, and but like you said, they overcame it, and Fulton definitely, they really kicked it up at the end of the fourth quarter, or in the fourth quarter in general, and but it just wasn't quite enough to take it home. But man, I tell you, it's quite a ball game here tonight.
Was indeed. Osage happy to get on, and thanks to our Lake Regional Health System player of the game, Nick Riley. We're going to have him on in just a second. As we told you, the young man went for 225 yards and 25 carries. Tonight he had a touchdown, and then also, of course, the ever-important game-sealing interception. And the thing is it was supposed to be Austin Magnuson that was going to be there. And Deborah Wolf with Lake TV on the field with our player of the game.
Deborah Wolf, Lake TV Sports, down here after an intense matchup with Fulton Hornets with the player of the game, Nick Riley. Nick, not only did you earn 205 rushing yards, you powered through a really tough defensive line.
Yeah, I just got to give all the credit to our Blackfoot, our linemen. They worked their butts off tonight, gave me great holes to run through, and I just can't be thankful enough for them.
There was a few skittish moments there, here and there, but it looks like everyone pulled together and played a really cohesive game.
Yeah, I think we all worked very well together. We got some things to work on, but other than that, I think we did pretty well as a team.
Well, about it, leaving this game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this year and next year. Got to take it game by game, but who knows what's in the future.
Well, we'll look forward to watching you throughout this season, and congratulations on being Lake TV player of the game. We'll be back to you here in just a moment after a commercial break.
It's a new look,
a new location,
but the same family-owned way of doing business.
Stop by and see our new home
and discover how we'll go above and beyond to serve you even better.
We're family-owned. Rick Ball Ford Lincoln in Sedalia.
The booth, and I was just looking over our numbers courtesy of Steve Wickham, a.k.a. Hog, our statistician, and what really blows my mind about these numbers is Ahmad Davis, the running back for Fulton, carried the ball all night long, and I really felt like he had more than this. No, the man was held to 64 yards and 26 carries, which equates to about 2.27 yards per carry. It's an outstanding job by the defensive Osage to get the job done tonight. And even though Masick had some success in spurts, this is a very young Osage team, and to come out and to hold him under 300 600 yards and also that late interception, and also contain him on the ground. Last year, over 600 yards, averaged about 70 yards a game on the ground, and I felt like Osage did a nice job of containing him as well. Well, one thing, if you're the Indians, you were a little sloppy. It was week 1. Nice thing is you get 6 days to fix it before next week you have to hit the road for your first road matchup, and the Indians should be ready. But if you were going to script a start, this is a pretty good way. We'll check throughout the week on Austin Magnus and also Dylan Brown, see the severity of those injuries. And throughout the week, if you want to keep updated on it, Lake area football updates, whether it's injuries, scores, whatever, tune into Lake TV's Facebook page. You can also follow us on Instagram at @my_Lake TV. Follow Lake TV on Twitter as well as Lake TV Sports on Twitter. And for Lake TV Sports, I'm William Holtz, Chase Elliott. That's a wrap. Thanks for watching tonight's broadcast. This has been your Rick Ball Ford Lincoln Sedalia postgame show. Thanks for watching.
Lake TV's High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Burger Smokehouse, Lake Regional Health System, IV, Polylift Boat Lifts, Chris Wagner with Farmers Insurance, Rick Ball Ford Lincoln, Chances Are, Accelerate Magazine, Advantage Marine, YC Power Sports, JJ Twigs,